on in reference to what was happening with the Senate confirmation hearings of the judge that has been nominated by the current person occupying 1600. So we're going to see how that plays out and what happens in that world. So that is definitely going on, and a number of other things are happening around our community and things of that nature. I know that for those of you that are sports fans, you might have been checking out a little bit about the basketball NBA championships and did notice that yesterday the Lakers went ahead and won that championship 4 games to 2. So they are now the NBA champions for the year 2020. I know some friends of mine have been actually wondering whether this will even count in terms of like actual being a true season and things of that nature, as there are no fans in there. They were playing in a bubble and a number of other things that were going on in that regard. So it'll be curious to see how folks treat that this year and what happens with folks in their mind as far as those championships go, whether they will consider this a legitimate full championship or not. So that's one of the things that is happening in the world and which we are paying close attention to. So definitely folks are paying attention to sports. I know that in baseball, my baseball team that I was rooting for got eliminated very quickly, that being the Milwaukee Brewers, but they are still involved in the well, they're not involved in the playoffs. They're gone. I just said they were eliminated, and that is very much the case. So they are gone. But I'm now rooting for the Tampa Bay Rays, as they are the parent company for the Durham Bulls, which of course is the franchise here in Durham, North Carolina. So I'll be pulling for the Rays now, and hopefully they can do something. Unlike my Vikings, who took a loss yesterday, another loss can be put in their hands as well. So they took another loss, unfortunately, and that's what's going on in that world. And like I said, I think that they're 1-3 or maybe 1-4. Not exactly a good record at all. I'm hoping that I can do better in fantasy football because right now I'm 2-2, playing at 500 and all of that. I am down by 2 points, but I do have some of my key players that are about to play very shortly. So hopefully they will be making things better for me in that regard. So I'm hoping that they will improve and give me some points, and that his defense does not do all of that great, and then I can go ahead and pull off a victory. But right now I'm down by 2 points, but I do have two players that are playing later on this evening. So at the very least, hopefully they can give me a lead, and a lead with a little bit of a cushion, because I do not trust defenses, particularly when he's got a good defense and all of that. So I need them to do really well on this particular afternoon, well, evening, and then actually I think I might even have a kicker on Tuesday. I know his defense, I don't think even plays till Tuesday, so I will be hopefully ahead by the time the games end this evening. But only time will tell in that regard. So we're going to find out whether that happens or does not happen, or if it happens, how it happens. So definitely, that's one of the things that is going on, and things along that line. But definitely, if folks are interested in learning more about the different things that are happening in our community and in sports, of course, they can always find it right here on this particular network. So definitely have things going on a regular basis, and we love sharing with folks their ideas, their thoughts, things that they have going on in the world. Like I said, I was watching earlier today a little bit of the confirmation hearings. We're seeing all kinds of conversations going on in that regard. They were talking about everything from the Affordable Care Act to people's religious views to a number of other things that were being shared. So I'm not 100% sure what that is going to do in terms of her confirmation, that being the woman that has been nominated for the Supreme Court judge, and whether she will actually get to sit in that seat that was held by the notorious RBG. So it'll be curious to see what happens in that regard and what goes on when that confirmation is either made or whether they push it back. I know a number of folks around the world, and definitely here in the United States, are hoping that it will be pushed back till after the elections. But I am of the opinion that more than likely it will be rushed through, and that she will be sitting in the Supreme Court. And then we'll have to find out whether she rules according to like interpretations and things of that nature, which is what they are supposed to do on a regular basis. But if she's got agendas, or she's been put in there for agendas like the overturning of the Affordable Care Act, or some of the things around voting irregularities and things of that nature, then we will find out at that time if that's allowed or not allowed. So that's where I think things are going to be going in that regards, and we're curious to see what folks have to say about that and where they will go in that regards. But that is what I noticed, and that was some of my observations about what was happening in that sense. By the way, I did see that the folks here on the network were saying hello to me and were giving me a compliment on the review of what I was given and things of that nature. So if folks are interested in popping in and joining the conversation, I'm hoping that I'll be joined later on by Mel Melton. We had a great conversation with King Wojak and with Tobin Mueller, who is a renowned person in the sense of music and all of that, having worked in the environmental movement, having worked on Broadway and off Broadway, having worked in a number of kinds of avenues in that realm. So he definitely has a rich history, having worked with Maynard Ferguson and a number of other great folks as well. So he definitely gave us some rich history about some of his background and some of the things that he has done in his life. So definitely it was really enjoyable having that conversation. I thoroughly enjoyed talking to him and learning more about what he had going on in his life. As a matter of fact, right now, as just kind of a break for those that did not catch the show and that might be interested in his music, I'm going to give you a taste of what he's all about. So I'm going to ready to put on his show that he calls The Hitchhiker's Tale and let y'all check that out and see what he's all about and some of what his music represents. Because like I said, he's definitely a great person in terms of learning a lot of knowledge and sharing a lot of knowledge and all of that. So that being said, I'm going to give y'all a dose of what Tobin was all about. And then, like I said, I'm waiting to hear from some other guests as well. And hopefully they will be joining us. If they don't, you know, it's music, Mullings, and memories. And I can give all kinds of memories, Mullings, and those kind of thoughts during the course of this show. So right now, we're going to start it off by letting y'all check out a little bit of Hitchhiker's Tale, which is from his album entitled Come In Funky. So I know that my good friend Zach will probably enjoy the title of that song. It's called Come In Funky, and we're going to check out what that's all about as we learn more about the background of Tobin, and we wait for some of our other guests to appear as well. So definitely, I think folks are in for a definite treat as they learn more about Tobin Mueller, who is our guest on the radio show with Mark Lee, and what his music is all about. So I definitely hope folks will enjoy the song entitled Come In Funky. So definitely we're about to check that out right now. Definitely some great songs that we were checking out right there and everything. So definitely appreciate all of that. And definitely, I think that we definitely got a little taste of what Tobin is all about, both on the show in the past as well as with that particular number. And I definitely was enjoying what he was providing to us and sharing with us and all of that. So definitely, if you got any thoughts or questions, or you want to hear more of his music or more of other people's music as well, then we would love to hear from you during the course of this particular show and all of that. And like I said, I am hoping to hear from some other guests as well. So definitely, hopefully, we'll be hearing from them in the very near future. And definitely, they should share a little bit about the things that they have going on and all of that. So definitely do stay in tune to all the great things that we have here on this station on a regular basis. You know, there is all kinds of amazing things that happen here on IBM.TV. I am proud to be a part of the family here, proud to definitely be involved with all that they are doing on a regular basis. So hopefully folks will be learning more about what we've got going on and checking out the various other shows. There are so many great shows here that exist here on IBM.TV, and I'm proud to call many of them my friends and announcer mates and things of that nature. So definitely hoping to hear, might even have some of them pop in during the course of this evening to share a little bit about what they've got going on, what they're doing in their lives, and a number of other things along that line. So definitely hoping that we'll be hearing from a few of them during the course of this particular evening, and that definitely they can join us and have more conversations about what is going on in their world. So definitely, I'm hoping that we'll be seeing many more of those folks joining us and sharing their thoughts, their knowledge, and other things that they are involved in. By the way, our prayers do go out to one of our teammates, Ankit, who has been going through some things in his own life and with his own family. So we definitely want to send out our prayers to Ankit and all that he is going through. And we know that we've got his back over here and that we will continue doing great things on this network until he is able to join us in the not too distant future and definitely bring us his words of wisdom, his tremendous knowledge, and of course his great skill set that he brings us all the time. So definitely as a friend and a person that I like to consider almost like a brother in spirit and all of that, my prayers and thoughts do go out to Ankit during these hard times. And definitely I hope that the rest of our listening audience will keep him in his thoughts as well as he is dealing with some things in his own life and all of that. And he wants to share that when he comes on at a later time. I'm sure he will if he decides to. But definitely do know that our prayers and thoughts are with you, and definitely have you in our mind on a regular basis. So definitely wanted folks to know that and let folks know that I definitely was thinking about him at this particular time and wanted to share that definitely sentiments and all of that. So just wanted to keep that in mind and let folks know that that's where I was in terms of sharing those thoughts and all of that. But right now, I'm going to bring y'all something that I love dearly, which is some blues music. You know, I do love my blues music and all of that. So I'm going to ready to give us a little taste of one of my favorites, and none other than Miss Jody. So we're going to bring Miss Jody in. And this time, I know I've given you your dog's about to kill my cat. But this time, we're going to do a song that I also am a big fan of, entitled Haters Gonna Be Hating. And I'm sure that many of us have dealt with haters in our lives at one time or another, and we know what kind of song this could be all about, because we have all dealt with these kind of folks in our life at one time or another. There's no doubt about that, that sometimes you just have to deal with folks and put up with whatever madness they are going to give you in your life. So I'm about to give you a taste of Haters Gonna Be Hating, and I hope that folks will be enjoying that as I give it bring that up very shortly. And it's definitely a classical blues number. So that, you know, as part of Mullings music and memories, we do love sharing the great music that exists in the world. So hopefully folks will enjoy this next song coming their way. And I might bring up some other songs by Mr. Mueller as well. But there is no doubt that folks can relate to the song entitled Haters Gonna Be Hating.
You know, in this life, there are always going to be haters out there. I know there's somebody out there that's hating on you. There's somebody out there that's hating on me too. Haters gonna be hating. Somebody out there, y'all, is hating on you. Haters gonna be hating. And I know somebody is hating on you. Now some people be hating and don't even know your name. How much they hate on you is the damn shame. Some don't like the car you drive or the house you're living in. Some be hating on your jobs, might be your closest friend. In this world, there's one thing I know. You're gonna find true haters everywhere you go. Haters gonna be hating. Somebody out there is hating on you. Haters are gonna be hating. Oh, and I know somebody is hating on you. No matter who you are or what you do, I know there's some haters out there that's hating on you. Now you can live uptown or down in the hood. There's still gonna be some haters that don't mean you no good. Now it's so true. Listen to what I say. You can't dodge those haters no matter where you stay. I said haters, they're gonna be hating you. Somebody out there is hating on you. I said haters are gonna be hating. Yes, they are. Somebody out there I know that's hating on me too. Now all this hating, it ought to be a crime. It don't make no sense, but I see it all the time. It's been going on forever, and it always will be. They'll be hating on you, and they'll be hating on me. Now don't be surprised when a hater start hating on you, cause that's just what they are, and that's just what they do. I said a hater gonna be hating. Are gonna be hating, y'all. Somebody out there is hating on you. I said haters gonna be hating. They're gonna be hating, I know they are. Somebody out there is hating on me too. Haters gonna be hating. They'll always be out there, y'all. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't no you. No matter how hard you try. You see, you'll be surprised. Find out just the reason why. Some haters out there are hating on you. Hating on you. Might be in the White House. Might be in your house. But the haters are gonna always be hating on you. They can be a woman. Or it can be a man. It might even be your dog. Hating on you. Oh, haters gonna be hating, y'all. Somebody out there is hating on you. Hating on you. Haters are gonna be hating. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all, cause they hating on me too. Oh, haters, they're gonna be hating, yeah, yeah. Somebody out there is hating on you. Oh, haters, they're gonna be hating. And you'll be surprised, yes you will, to find out who's hating on you. Oh, haters, they're gonna be hating. Somebody out there.
Yeah, like I was saying, definitely folks were checking out that song. I'm sure that there are a number of folks that can relate to that song, and they probably even had similar thoughts themselves as well. So I do know a lot of folks can relate to that particular song and probably can be like, yep, I know exactly what they're talking about. I've been in that position in my life and have even dealt with that in my own life as well. So definitely I know a lot of folks were sitting there checking that song and going like, yep, know exactly what they're talking about, and I've been there in my life and have not wanted to go back. Is probably what they were thinking as they were listening to that particular song about haters and how haters can be the ones that you got to watch out for and all of that. So definitely that is a song that I'm sure a lot of folks can relate to, just like I'm sure a lot of folks will be able to relate to the next one I'm about to give y'all as well, which is a song about ain't got no time for no hate. And I know that a lot of folks definitely can relate to this song as they don't have time for hate either. So definitely when there's time not for hate, then you got to get away from it and all of that. So I'm sure there are a lot of folks that can reflect and they'll be like, yep, I ain't got time for no hate either. Because sometimes you just ain't got time for it and you want to get away from it. So that being said, we're going to give you a dose of ain't got no time for no hate.
Where's your wings, little angel? My sweet baby child. And how you gonna live in a world gone wild? Well, you better be smart, you better be strong. Ain't gonna be here long. I don't care if you're rich, never had a dime. This whole life is an uphill climb, and I ain't got time, ain't got time, ain't got time for hate. One more moment is a moment too late. We ain't got time for hate. People lost and lonely, looking for a home. Call us names that still hurt us a lot more than stones. It's the law of the jungle, it's the law of the land. We hold each other's hearts in the palm of our hands, and we ain't got time, we ain't got time, we ain't got time for hate. One more moment is a moment too late. We ain't got time for hate. Black and white, brown or tan, every woman, child and man, rich or poor, gay and straight, we ain't got time for hate. Put on this earth, and we don't know why. Breathe the same air, bleed the same blood. Some in mansions, and some in mud. Little angel, if you survive, I know someday you gonna fly. And I ain't got time, ain't got time, ain't got time for hate. One more moment is a moment too late. We ain't got time for hate, and I ain't got time.
Up next, we're going to have some music from Albert King. There's no doubt that we definitely enjoy the sounds of Albert King, and Albert King
Get
is
ready for
truly an
Ambetter Health
amazing
Insurance.
musician and
Get
all of
ready
that.
for
So we
affordable
definitely
coverage with
appreciate all the
rewards.
sounds
With
of
doctors you
Albert
trust
King and
and
what Albert
benefits
King
that give
is
you
all
options,
about. So
including
definitely
telehealth.
we appreciate
Get
learning
ready for
more
better
about Albert
and
King
better.
and his great music. So definitely hope folks that will definitely learn about Albert King and hear about the great sounds that is the music of Albert King.
If you're down and out and you feel real hurt, come on over to the place where I was. And all your loneliness, I'll try to soothe. I'll play the blues for you. Don't be afraid. Come on in. You might run across, yeah, some of your old friends. Oh, the loneliness I've got to soothe. I'll play the blues for you. Come on in. Sit right here. Let's rap a while. You see, I'm kind of lonely too. And loneliness is a very bad thing if you let it get the best of you. And loneliness can get you down, you know. Yeah, yeah. Are you comfortable now? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. As I was saying before, loneliness can get you down. And I have heard of loneliness blowing some good people's mind, you know? But you can't do that. This is a big world. This is a big world. There's too many nice things happening in this world. You're a very pretty girl. Where you live? No, no, no. Just that's okay. Listen, most important thing, I want to know you. I say I want to know you. Uh-huh. Ooh, that's good, Eddie. I'll play the blues for you. I ain't got no big name. Oh, Lord, and I ain't no big star. I'll play the blues for you on my guitar. Oh, your loneliness, I'm trying to soothe. I'll play for you. Excuse me. Mm. Woo.
And it seems like we're having some technical difficulties, so we're just gonna keep things rolling right along, and definitely, hopefully, we'll get the music going back again. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I was enjoying those sounds and all of that. So hopefully, we'll get that going back again very shortly, and definitely enjoy the sounds even more as things go along. So I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I was definitely enjoying the sounds, and I hope the rest of y'all were as well. So we're gonna keep this thing rolling right along with all these great sounds. And I'm also hoping that I'll be joined very shortly by some guests that I have invited to come on, and hopefully they will be making an appearance in the very near future as well. So definitely, we're going to keep this thing rolling right along, and Yes, sometimes you just have to love the wonders of technology. Yes, sometimes you just have to love the wonders of technology and how technology can go in all of that. So definitely, folks are probably listening and wondering about the wonders of technology because you definitely have to love how technology treats us sometimes and doesn't treat us in other times. So definitely, that is the wonders of technology. Is sometimes you're sitting there going like, just don't know how this thing is going to turn out or not turn out, as the case may be. So definitely, the wonders of technologies are amazing, and I'm still waiting for some of my guests to join us in the very near future. But definitely, was sharing with you some of the wonders of the world of technology. So definitely, that's some of what's going on in this world, and with what we've got going on right now. So, like I said, we were in the middle of listening to a great song, and that was the song by Albert King. So we're going to try to see if we can't get that back up once again and finish listening to that great song because Albert King is just truly an amazing blues artist and one of my favorites. So definitely gives you some great sounds. You know, Albert King, Buddy Guy, BB King, a number of other amazing blues artists that are out there. But you know, I love all styles of music, everything from blues to jazz to R&B. Yes, I've even been known to listen to a polka here and there or an Irish jig because definitely I enjoy a wide variety of musical tastes. So all of that being said, we're going to bring up Albert King because definitely I was enjoying his sounds, and then we decided to have a little bit of a technical glitch because that sometimes happens in the wonderful world of entertainment. You do have those technical glitches that happen from time to time, and then you just have to roll with the punches and go with the punches as they may feel fit to give you. So definitely, with that being said, we're going to pull up Albert King and give y'all the full dose of what Albert King is all about. I'm hoping that Tim Soane will be joining me at around the hour of roughly 5 o'clock or something like that. So hopefully will be joining me at that time, and then we can get into some conversation and all of that. But in the meantime, we've got some great Albert King music to share with you. Of course, I might decide to mull around and talk about some of the great things that have been going on in my life or this around life in general and things of that nature. So definitely, if you got any thoughts or things that are on your mind, I would love for you to share those with me right now. We do love hearing from folks in our community and folks that are doing amazing things within the community. So if you've got some thoughts on things that you would like to share with our folks, then we would gladly have you share those at this particular moment and all of that. So that being said, I'm about to bring up that Albert King song, and we'll finish listening to that as we're going along. I know some folks, including Tim Soane, was telling me that he was really enjoying that song until it got brutally interrupted. But you know, that's the nature of radio, the nature of media is that sometimes it doesn't always cooperate the way we would like it to. And then you just have to kind of roll with the punches and go with another thought or another frame of mind. So that being said, we're going to keep this music rolling right along and give you some more great sounds from the legendary Albert King. And I do think that y'all will really enjoy this song and we'll really just having an enjoyable time listening to it. So definitely we're about to bring that up right now is the great songs by Albert King, none other than the legendary Albert King giving you his music and giving it to you in its full force.
If you're down and out and you feel real hurt, come on over to the place where I was. And all your loneliness, I'll try to soothe. I'll play the blues. Don't be afraid. Come on in. You might run across, yeah, some of your old friends. All the loneliness I've got to soothe. I'll play the blues for you. Come on in. Sit right here. Let's rap a while. You see, I'm kind of lonely too. And loneliness is a very bad thing if you let it get the best of you. That loneliness can get you down. You know? Yeah. Are you comfortable now? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. As I was saying before, loneliness can get you down. And I have heard of loneliness blowing some good people's mind, you know? But you can't do that. This is a big world. It's a big world. There's too many nice things happening in this world. You're a very pretty girl. Where you live? No. Disregard that. That's okay. Most important thing, I want to know you. I say, I want to know you. Uh-huh. Ooh, that's good, Eddie. I'll play the blues for you. I ain't got no big name. Oh, Lord, and I ain't no big star. I'll play the blues for you on my guitar. Oh, your loneliness, I'm trying to soothe. I'll play the blues for you. Excuse me. Woo.
Definitely some great sounds from none other than Albert King and his amazing guitar. There's no doubt that he is definitely a true legend of the blues. And there's no doubt about that whatsoever, that he is one of the masters of the blues sound. So I've always been a big fan of his. I know a number of others that have been big fans of his as well. So definitely he is an amazing musician and an amazing individual, and has definitely done some great things in the world of music, true icon in that world. So definitely, I know a number of folks who are probably checking out that song and checking him out maybe for the first time, because definitely we have a global audience of folks that are watching this show on a regular basis, and they oftentimes are learning about the various things that we have in our culture for the first time, and learning about the various things that are going on in our world of music and in our world of entertainment. So definitely, I would argue that he is one of the true legends of the blues, a true figure of the blues, and definitely somebody that more people need to know about. So I am definitely a fan of his. I know others are fans of his as well. So definitely keep that in mind as you learn more about his music and what he is all about, because he is truly an amazing artist and an amazing individual. So hope that folks will learn that and check out what he is all about and be amazed by the various things that he does in his life. So like I said, he is one of the great musicians of our time and of our age. Even though he is gone from this world, his legacy does live on. His legacy is truly an amazing legacy, and a legacy that many folks can relate to and many folks probably can honor and all of that. So just keep that in mind, that he is one of our true heroes of the blues music, or what some people like to call roots music and all of that. So definitely he is one of those true heroes of this community. So definitely keep that in mind. Learn more about his music, learn more about some of the other great musicians that have existed through the course of time and all of that. So right now I'm going to let y'all check out some of the other shows that we have here on a regular basis, because we have some amazing shows that happen here on a regular basis. And of course, we love supporting others that are doing great work here as well. Of course, many folks know that in addition to Mullins Music and Memories, I do the radio show with Mark Lee, and I also do a number of other shows here on this network. So that being said, we're getting ready to let y'all check out a little bit of some of the other shows that exist, because we have all kinds of great programming that exists here on a regular basis. One of them is one of my favorites, which is Talking of String. And of course, you can always get some great information from none other than Sasha. Sasha Starr is a chess master, but he also loves talking about investments. And of course, you can't go wrong without having great conversations about none other than the amazing things that go on this station. And of course, we've always got other conversations that are happening as well. So definitely want you to check out Win Charles. That's a little bit about Win Charles and what she's all about. But definitely, there are other folks that are doing great things as well. And of course, as I mentioned, we have Chess Stars, and of course, we've got this show as well. Yes, folks, there's all kinds of great programming that happens here on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, that was just a few of the shows that we air here on a regular basis. And of course, there are a number of other shows that you can find here also. So there are all kinds of great programming here that happens on a regular basis. Of course, we do love the various conversations that go on and things of that nature. And of course, we love educating you about different things that are happening in our world and around our world and all of that. So definitely, if you're interested, you can tune in and learn more about the amazing things that are going on here on a regular basis by tuning in to IBM.TV. And by the way, we're always looking for new programming as well. So if you've got something in your mind that you would like to be part of, we would love to hear your conversations about what some of those things might be, because we know that a number of you might be interested in bringing your own voice and your own thoughts to this great network that is being grown and developed and is bringing us all kinds of amazing programming. I know we've got Amara Wood that is sharing her thoughts about what's going on in both Hollywood as well as in Bollywood, and I think she's going to be talking to some folks even about Nollywood as well. So definitely folks can learn all kinds of things about what's going on at that time and things along that line. So definitely keep that in mind and definitely learn about the various things that are happening in our world and all of that. So definitely, I think a number of folks will be interested in how things going and how they can get involved on this station, because I do know that we are looking for programming on a regular basis. So definitely let us know what your thoughts are, and if you've got some show ideas or things that you would like to be bringing to the table, we would love to hear your thoughts on what those might be and how you will get involved in them. Because like I said, we're always looking for exciting programming and things that folks might be interested in bringing to our table and all of that. So definitely keep that in mind. And of course, you know, we definitely have great things that happen here on a regular basis. So of course, we love sharing with you those great things and how you can be involved in them, and also what you might bring to the table yourself as well. As a matter of fact, we have a great American politics show by my Of course, one of the other great shows that we have here, and that's why I was bringing up that banner, was Funk Music with Zach. That's on Sunday afternoons. And of course, there is always great conversations that take place during that particular show. So, you know, we have Funk Music with Zach on Sundays. We also have Funk from the Front Seat on Saturday. So definitely you get your share of the funk music on the weekends, and you'll definitely enjoy what you hear when you go and check out those various shows. And of course, you know, we do need to have other shows as well. As I was stating earlier, we also have American politics and a number of other shows that folks may be interested in learning about that exist right here on this network. And one of those shows deals with politics, and that being American politics. So I wanted you to check out American politics and see what they're all about, because my good friend Bill Tresvant is oftentimes sharing a lot of knowledge about what is going on in our political season and in our political areas, whether that's DC, whether that's the House politics, or a number of other places. But let's check out what American politics is all about. course, you can't go wrong without having a little bit of funk from the front seat. So what that show is all about as well.
You know, the funk don't always give you what you want, but it'll give you what you need. You know what I'm saying? We never left. Yo, we back. NHFA in your face. Bringing you something good to your ear hole, y'all. Check it out. It's our time to shine. It's our time to grind. It's the phone.
And of course, you know, none of this can be done without our sponsors, and we do need our sponsors. So let's see what the dollar store is all about as well.
Hi, my name is Lynn Shepard. Our family owns an online dollar store, family.dollarstore.com. We have over 4,300 items on our site, quality items, and a lot less expensive than you might find wherever you're shopping, including on Amazon. We deliver for free if you spend $25 or more. And we also have a gift token program. Now, gift tokens are just like gift cards that you would get to shop at CVS, Target, Macy's, or a lot of other stores. And when you sign up to become a customer, you immediately get $5 worth of gift tokens to be able to use before you even make your very first purchase. So we encourage you to sign up to become a customer. We are here because we are supporting a not-for-profit, Money Masters PBS. Money Masters PBS owns IBM TV. Now, the mission of Money Masters PBS is to narrow the gap between poverty and financial sustainability.
Yep, there's no doubt about that. And by the way, there are a lot of other shows that are done on IBM.TV that also address the idea of financial freedom and financial wealth and a number of other things along that line. So definitely do keep that in mind. There are a number of other shows that are here on this network that address that concern and those thoughts. So definitely keep that in mind as you're thinking about things that you might want to watch and view on your internet or on your TV, or if you want to think about reading books or newspapers or anything along those lines, because there are a number of other shows that are also involved here that might fit with what you might need to know and all of that. I know that we're thinking about even adding some shows around food, around sports, around a number of other things as well. So definitely it should be great conversation that many of you may be interested in learning more about and becoming involved with, because we're also looking for some programming as well. So definitely, you know, we're always looking for good, outstanding programming. I know I've had these conversations with a number of folks that are involved, and I know that my good friend Gwen has actually got a show revolving around wine and things of that nature. And I've actually had the pleasure of checking out 2 of their episodes, and they were very amazing episodes. And I know a number of folks who were definitely engaged in conversation with them and enjoying what their show was all about. So definitely do keep in mind that the network is a true family of folks, and we're always looking for quality things to be added to what we've got going on. But we do have a number of quality programming. I know I'm a big fan of Alexandria May and what she does on Sunday afternoons, bringing us her music cafe and sharing a lot of her knowledge around music. She might be young, in the age of around 25 or something like that, but she's got a tremendous wealth of knowledge in that field. So definitely know that she is a big fan of yours, and I mean, I'm a big fan of hers and all, and she's a big fan of a number of others as well. So hopefully folks will learn more about what she's got going on and check out her show on Sunday afternoons. That's right, Sunday afternoons at 3 p.m. She shares a lot of her knowledge about music and about the things that are going on in the musical world. So definitely she lends us a lot of great and amazing knowledge. And I'm glad to be a member of the team here on IBM.TV with her, because she definitely lends us a lot of great information surrounding the world of entertainment and the world of music. And of course, those songwriter rounds that she does usually at the end of her show are truly amazing. I've met some great artists like Cheryl Lee Luby and others that have been part of her roundtables and have been truly blown away with some of the songs that they have brought to the table on that show. And speaking of being blown away, you need to check out Vivian's China, because definitely she brings us all kinds of knowledge about the country of China, what it represents, its history, its art, its number of other things. And of course, as me and Nick oftentimes are aware of, they bring all kinds of great food as well. That's right. She shows us all kinds of great food from the various provinces in China. Oftentimes, all it does is make me very hungry, because I'm sitting there watching her talk about what she's got going on and just getting hungrier by the minute as I check out the various things that she brings to the table and all of that. So she definitely does share that knowledge of China and shares those great delicacies that are in that country and everything. So definitely always enjoy checking out Vivian's China, just like I enjoy checking out Brandon's Travel. Brandon will give you some great travel tips, some great advice. He's actually saying that a lot of things will be going around in terms of like road travel and road trips that'll be in the United States and not as much out of the country. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, or if it plays out at all in that way. So I'm definitely curious to see if that becomes the case or it does not become the case. But I do know that that is one of the things that she does on that he does on a regular basis. He brings us a lot of travel tips, and of course, Vivian brings us a lot of things around China and things of that nature. I know that I need to get out and travel some more in the world. I actually was in Las Vegas not that long ago. I think it was about a year and a half ago, and I enjoyed that trip. I was actually blown away by the fact that as soon as you get off of that airplane, the slots and the other gambling machines are waiting to grab your money instantaneously. So I was actually visiting a friend in that state, and I can tell you that as soon as I got off the plane, I was amazed at the fact that they were ready to grab your tickets and all of that. I also was there around December and around Christmas time and New Year's. It was actually after Christmas. I believe it was right after Christmas going into New Year. So they were actually having a Kwanzaa celebration. So I did pop into I believe it was a library where that Kwanzaa celebration was at. And yes, they were having a Kwanzaa celebration in Las Vegas. I did not get to go to that celebration, but I did meet some of the planners and talk very briefly there. And then I never made it back to that particular event, but I did get to go to a couple of the restaurants in Vegas. Never made it down to the Strip. I know a lot of folks might find that amazing, but even though I was in Vegas, I never made it down to the Strip. Didn't check out any shows. Well, actually, I can't say that. I checked out a show that was a rendition of Drumline, and it was a stage rendition of Drumline, but it was off of the Strip. It wasn't on the main Strip. It was in another part of Vegas, and they definitely were a stellar performance. I actually thoroughly enjoyed that performance and was thoroughly blown away with all that they had going on in that performance. So they were just truly amazing, and I was truly amazed by them. So definitely I was enjoying all that they had going on, and I'm hoping to have a chance to get back and learn more about what they've got over there and all of that. So definitely it was truly amazing, and I'm hoping to get back there and see what they are all about, and maybe get in to visit other parts of the West Coast as well. I hate to say it, but I have yet to go to California, even though I have lots of friends, and I do mean quite a few friends that live in California, some that even work in the entertainment industry in California, but I have yet to get to California at all. So I haven't been to California, haven't been to Portland, Oregon, or the state of Washington, or any of those truly West Coast kind of states. So that is on my list of things that I need to get to do, is get to that part of the area. I also need to get back to New York. I have been to New York, love New York, and love the DC area, but I hate to say this, but I have not been to the Museum of African American History, and I need to get over there to check out what that's all about as well. So there are a number of things that I need to get to, that I would like to get to, that I have not had an opportunity to reach yet and to check out, because definitely there are all kinds of rich parts, even as Brandon would say, of our country as well, that we can get to and honor and learn more about. But there are a few of those that I have yet to make it to, and that I need to try to get to in one form or fashion or another. Like I said, there are a number of places that I would like to hit, but have yet to make it to at all. So there are a number of those kinds of places that I am looking to get to. Of course, I do want to get back to Miami and to a number of other places that are a little bit to the south of me, even down to Charleston. That's right. I have visited Charleston a couple of times, thought that Charleston was a great city in terms of its history, in terms of its art, and a number of other things. So I would like to get back down to Charleston to see what they are all about as well, because I haven't had a chance yet to make it to that particular area either. So definitely hoping to make it there and check out what they are all about and what they are doing in that area. So, there are a number of places that I would like to get to that I have yet to make it to, unfortunately, not having gotten there at this particular time. But, as I was saying, there are a number of great shows here on our network, and one of them is a show that I am involved with, which is The Gamer's Den, which comes your way on Thursday afternoon. So want folks to learn more about what The Gamer's Den is about, as well as the White House Report. So get ready to bring that to you right now, some information about The Gamer's Den. And of course, there's always the White House reports. Yep, so there are a number of things that are happening here regularly on this great network, and definitely glad to, like I say, be a part of it and be part of all that we've got going on here on a regular basis. There are a number of amazing things that happen here on that continual and regular basis. Don't forget that on Wednesdays we do have the online dinner party, and you will have to guess some of our celebrities and things of that nature. I know that when I flashed this picture up there before, nobody had any idea that that was John Dillinger, and did not guess correctly into that category. And when I flashed this picture up, nobody had the idea that that was Annie Oakley, and they didn't get that correctly either. And this is the one that really shocked me. Nobody was able to get Shakira either, or guess who Shakira was. So definitely you'd have to guess somebody. I will give banner clues during the course of the show, and I'm always surprised when folks don't know folks either. So like I said, I know that this past week my mystery guest included none other than Jane Fonda and Marcus Garvey. So definitely I had folks that did not realize who those individuals were, but those were some of our mystery guests in the past. And of course, there will be some new mystery guests this time around. I think I promised Shaquille as representing Australia, or Sharif as representing Malaysia, that I would find me a celebrity from one of those areas, and they would join the conversation and check out being a mystery guest representing their area as well. So definitely a number of folks are looking forward to finding out who the mystery guests are, and definitely joining on the discussion as we find out who those mystery guests might be. So definitely always enjoyable checking out the mystery guests and seeing what they are, and if anybody can guess who those folks are. And like I said, we will have another mystery guest this Wednesday. There will be a national figure, and there will be somebody from either Australia or Malaysia. I have not decided which one it's going to be yet, but you can be assured it's going to be one of those two, and then we are looking forward to having a mystery guest from that area. So definitely hope many folks will check out, learn a little bit about what's going on, who the mystery guests will be, and join in that conversation. So definitely, I know a lot of folks will be interested in the mystery guests and will be interested in finding out who the mystery guests will be. So like I said, I've already given you a clue that it's going to be somebody from Australia and or Malaysia. I haven't decided which, even though right now I might be leaning toward Australia. So you've already got a clue that it's probably going to be somebody from Australia, and it will probably be somebody as well from someplace here in the States. But I have not decided whether it's going to come from the world of politics, sports, crime, or a number of other things that it might come from in that regard. So I'm still trying to decide that, even as we're speaking right now, what time it's going to be. Well, what time I'm going to drop the mystery guest. Usually it's toward the end of the show, but also what time I'm going to start dropping the clues and who the mystery guest might be, because the mystery guest could be a variety of folks and all of that. So we're going to find out who the mystery guest is going to be and learn more about the mystery guest. But in the meantime, I am a big fan of the blues, so we're going to keep some more blues going as well. And while I'm waiting to see if Tim Stone, oh, there's Tim Stone. Tim Stone has already joined me, so we'll save the blues for later on. So, Tim, how are you?
Hey, Mark. Where did you go? There you are. Hey, how's it going?
I'm glad that you popped in. How's everything going? How is the birthday celebrations going? I understand you've got birthday celebrations going for the young one, the 6-year-old, and she's going to be celebrating her birthday and all of that amazing kind of thing. So I've actually long way from 6. I think I vaguely remember what 6 looks like as a birthday, but it's a vague memory.
Yeah, tomorrow is Caitlin's birthday. She's going to be 6 years old. So I was out and about and picked up some balloons, picked up a birthday cake, a few last-minute presents. So I'm excited to be on with you here.
Cool. So what kind of things is she going to have for her balloons and everything? I mean, is she excited about these balloons? And does she have like a favorite balloon that's like her favorite?
Yeah, so Caitlin is really into Frozen 2 right now, the movie. Okay. So we got her Frozen balloons, and so she's gonna have a Frozen themed birthday. We're gonna keep it low key with COVID going on and all, but my sister's gonna come over tomorrow night for dinner, so that'll be nice. She just recently moved here from South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she escaped the Carolinas. I remember you told me you had a sister that was living in the Carolinas, so she has escaped the Carolinas and moved back up north where you are and everything. So was it her job that brought her up there, or was it you and the family that brought her up there, or did she just got tired of South Carolina?
I think she was ready to move back to a place where people, like where she knows more people, and I know she's been eager to get back for a few years. She was down there for 5 years, I think. She lived down there.
Oh, wow.
So it's exciting to have her back. I've been walking with her pretty much every morning, so that's been nice to catch up and also hopefully shed a few pounds.
Yeah, I've got to do a little bit of that walking myself and shedding some pounds. I've actually got a scale that I just glanced at over in the restroom area, the bathroom area of my apartment, and I'm sitting there going like, it's not doing me much good just sitting there on the floor. I've actually got to like do some exercise, because even when I stepped on it a couple of times, I'm going like, that's not the weight I want. So like I said, I need to shed a few pounds as well. So I know about those shedding pounds, and I also know about the fear of a scale. So like I said, I know about those. Unfortunately, those scales can scare the heck out of you.
Yeah, Corona world has not been good for my weight at all. So I'm actually trying something called Noom. It's an app, and it's based on, you put in all your information, like your age, your current weight, and everything. And then they give you a certain number of calories you can have a day. And they divide the food groups into 3: green foods, which are like vegetables and the most healthy, most healthy kind of foods, and then yellow foods, and then red foods, which are like meat that is not lean, and desserts and things like that. So when you track your food every day in the app, and then it specifies which food is what color, and there's a neat chart and everything that's like color coded, shows how much of each kind of food you've had. And so I'm trying it out. I lost 5 pounds in 1 week, and then after that I got stuck. So then I started going backwards because I just got frustrated.
You went backwards, and unfortunately that happens. Sometimes we start going backwards. It's like, oh, great plans, the best laid plans of mice and man, I think is the old saying, and I know about that. Sometimes you got those best laid plans, whether it's in weight gain or weight loss, or whether it's in job hunting, because I know a number of folks are out there job hunting, whether it's in a number of things. So yes, I know about those scary thoughts and all of that. So definitely, what was the name of that app again, though? Because I might have to write it down and see about getting that app for myself.
Yeah, it's called Noom. It's spelled N as in Nancy, OOM as in Mark.
Gotcha.
Noom.
So yeah. Noon, like noon. So almost like noon, but with the M instead of the N at the end. So those that are thinking about like clocks, it's Noom, not Noom. So, but it's spelled. I mean, it's similarly spelled. So I'll have to check out Noom and what they're all about, because that definitely sounds like that could be an interesting thing and an interesting way to lose weight. Now, this birthday party you're doing, is that going to be virtual, or is you going to have? Well, you said your sister's going to be there, but are there going to be any other guests, or are y'all going to? How y'all going to keep socially distanced?
No, we'll do the best we can. We'll wear masks when we can. We'll just do the best we can. Maybe we'll do something over the weekend as well. And hi, Joy, dear. Oh, Brian's calling me. Brian Schulman is calling me on my phone while we're live right now. And my wife just came in.
Well, I've never seen Miss Wife. She ought to like wave and say hello.
Yeah, she didn't come over because she's I don't think she's properly dressed for live video.
Okay, well, we don't want her to do that. If she's not properly dressed for live video, we can't be having that and all of that. So no, we got to keep things, definitely in the category of ratings and all of that. And
Yeah,
that is for sure.
How are you
guys got a show coming up on Wednesday, so definitely, I'll try to jump on that show as well as I always do. But definitely, for those that are watching IBM.TV, tell folks about the show. And there you go with your cool answer.
Yeah. So every Wednesday, me and Brian Schulman, we do a show called What's Good Wednesday, where people, volunteers like Mark come on. Any of you are welcome to come on and just share what's good in your world, what's good in the world, and get some social dancing on with us live. On Wednesday, we go live on Just LinkedIn, on Brian's LinkedIn channel. And then on Saturday, we do Shout Out Saturday, where you could shout out people you're grateful for. Maybe you had a conversation with them during the week. And then we also do social distancing there as well. But it's all about positivity, shining light on other people. And now more than ever, it's so important to do that, right, Mark?
Now more than ever, we definitely need to do that. I'm actually getting dizzy watching your hands go around in a circle. There he is. He's now an Egyptian person over there and all of that. If I'm not careful, he may turn it into a scale any minute from now. So he may turn it into his own scale if he can find a scale over there. There's no telling what Tim may turn into on a regular basis. That's why I love having Tim on, because he gets to have this cool app where he gets to turn into all kinds of things. I've been trying to find a way to get things going on. Now he's I'm not sure if that's a cookie or the moon. I think it's the moon. Yes, he's the moon over there with the stars and all of that. So he's got all kinds of cool antics going on and all of that. So he's just having an enjoyable time. Oh, wait a minute. It's the Cookie Monster. Now, see, that's not fair, because I got to tell you why that isn't fair, Tim. Because we have this sponsor here on the network who has a thing called the Dollar Store, and it's Lynn Shepard. But he teases me and one of the founders of this network, because he says that we're always buying cookies. So he's actually labeled us the Cookie Monsters. So even though you're not the Cookie Monster, we've been trying to take your title, Mr. Cookie Monster. So apparently, and Nick Palvader are trying to be the Cookie Monster. So definitely, we have been trying to be the Cookie Monster. So I think that the original Cookie Monster from Sesame Street may be having a run for his money, because there's a new Cookie Monster in town. So definitely, I think that Sherlock Holmes or some of these other folks, I think that we've got different characters on, they may start investigating what's going on at IBM.TV, because there is a Cookie Monster. I think there are two Cookie Monster imposters, which is me and Nick Palveda. So, he's one of the founders of IBM.TV. But I know that Lynn Shepard is always calling us the Cookie Monster. So apparently we are not the real Cookie Monster. Tim has revealed the real Cookie Monster, and there are Cookie Monster imposters. So definitely, oh, wait a minute. I'm surprised that this critter is out today, because, next month is November, and that's going to be when they come after turkeys and they come after ducks and goose and other things like that. So I'm actually surprised that the turkey is out, because I figured the turkey would be in hiding, because he doesn't want to be eaten this week. So I figured that the ham was going to be in hiding as well. So I figured those were both going to be in hiding and avoiding what's going on. So definitely there's going to be a lot of Thanksgiving fun going on and all of that. So definitely the turkey is hiding. The turkey is going to go try to hide away from the world, because the turkey is scared. I know the turkey is scared. The turkey does not want to be eaten in this world. Is there going to be any turkey at the birthday party for your daughter? Because I'm wondering if there's going to be any turkey But it's going to be strictly cake, cookies, and ice cream.
I don't believe we're having turkey. I don't know exactly what we're having, but maybe we'll have some pasta.
Okay.
Who likes pasta? Maybe we'll have some pasta. There's definitely going to be cake. I just picked up a cake, so that was good, and balloons, and so the festivities will be bouncing here tomorrow night, here in the woods with the bears and the turkeys.
The bears and the turkeys. I know you told me you got both bears and turkeys where you live. I've actually been afraid that the bears might come knocking on the door. I understand you had that incident with the deer a while back, and I'm afraid that the deer's relatives are still have a most wanted list on looking for you because they've heard that you were the person that took their buddy out. So I understand they've got a most wanted list. I think I saw a poster floating around in deer land because we got a bunch of deer here in North Carolina. There's a picture of Tim, and it is most wanted.
Yes, those deer are around there. There's a lot of them around this time of year.
Yes, they are, and you're trying to identify with them because you've actually got the deer outfit on it. You're trying to identify with the deers, and the deers can identify with you. I'm thinking, I just had this grand idea and everything because we've got folks that are doing a lot of political shows. I know my buddy Bill Tresvant talks to the Washington Report and a number of other things. I'm thinking that we need to get some of that humor going in over there with the Biden campaign and with the Trump campaign because I think that they need to. Matter of fact, I think that what we ought to do is the next debate. Because I think they canceled number 2 debate, but the number 3 debate, I think that they ought to debate using those outfits. So I think that they ought to come in representing either a deer or something like that. So I think that something like that. So I think that they ought to have the debate in that form and fashion because I think that might be a more fun debate. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, now more than ever, we need to have turkey debates. Absolutely.
Turkey debates. A turkey debate could work wonderful, and they'll just sit back there and they can debate as a turkey. Oh, the turkey is on the tie. But wait a minute, you got a turkey tie. That's a scary thought. There's a turkey tie going on there and all of that, and it's just totally scary. I'm sitting there going wait a minute, he's become a turkey head. First he was a turkey tie, now he's a turkey head. That is scary as all get out. See, the scary thing is that I remember for a fact that sometime, I've got my beard. I need to go see my barber. I hope to see him sometime next week. So I've already got the Santa Claus look going on. But I know for a fact that you and Brian sometimes get the Santa Claus look going on as well. So we can even do dual Santa Claus looks right now because Tim can hopefully get his Santa Claus on and it can match my natural Santa Claus. See, just like that. See, I've already got the natural version. He's got the unversion. So definitely it's very similar and all of that. Oh, that's even better. Definitely got the Santa look going on.
Very Corona.
So now more than ever, it's matching my Santa Claus look. So I think that is a wonderful thing and all of that. So yes, we've got the Santa Claus look and got things going on in that regards. See, I'm still upset because I've discovered Snapcam, but see, when I hit Snapcam, I need a filter or a backdrop. So I've got to get me a better backdrop so I can do cool things like y'all do with these cool images that y'all give folks on your show on a regular basis. Because when I click the Snapcam, it gives me something like this, and it doesn't give me any cool things. So, like I said, I'm going to try to see what it does right now and all of that. But see, when I hit my green screen, because I don't have the green screen, then it gives me this kind of stuff and all of that. So then, you just get something crazy like that, and there was nothing there. So, like I said, I'm going to go and do something else. Click on the green screen, and then I'm going to click on my buddy's thing, and it says a wall in the green screen is not happening or something like that. Because usually I would be able to be behind a theater. So, like I said, it doesn't do. So what I might need to do is I might need to try to do an experiment because we love experiments here on IBM.TV. So I'm going to see if it works better if I roll out my blue screen, and I'm going to try to put it behind me. So in the meantime, while I'm doing that, I'm going to remove myself from the screen for a minute. Matter of a second to do that. It's going to take me a matter of a second to do that. But while I do that, Tim is going to tell y'all right now about what social media is all about. Well, I try to pull out my screen and see if we can actually pull things going on. So it's literally in the next room over. So it should only take a matter of a second. And we're going to see if this actually works with a blue screen or not. Because I'm going to try to pull my blue screen out and we're going to try and experiment. But in the meantime, Tim is going to talk about social media and what they are doing.
Yes, absolutely. Hello, everyone, and thank you, Mark, for putting me on the spot. I guess Mark wants me to share a little bit about what I do with my business. My business name is Sohn, that's spelled S-O-H-N, Social Media Solutions. And basically what we do is we work with businesses and nonprofit organizations that want to make a greater impact in the world through live video. So we do this with what's called remote live producing. So we help plan and produce virtual events as well as live shows. Like I said, for businesses or organizations that want to make a greater impact in the world. And something I can tell you guys is that myself and Brian will soon be officially announcing a course that we are working on together that is for people who already have live shows and those people who want to take their show to the next level. They want to make it more memorable and they want to have more impact through live video. So this is going to be a 3-week course. There will be 2 recorded videos each week released, as well as 2 live Q&As as well. The course is going to launch on November 16th. So stay tuned for details. We are working on figuring out what the pricing is going to look like, the official name for the course, and all of that. But it is a 3-week course. The Q&A portions will be in a Facebook group. Excuse me, it's been a long day. And that's really it. So hopefully Mark comes back soon, because now this has become the IBM.
I'm back, and
Mark is back.
And there's like the images, what happens when I have a blue screen. Because like I said, there's like some crazy thing going on behind me, and it looks like a little mini theater and all of that, but it doesn't quite work because it's only partially blue screened out. But like I said, there we have at least like some little grass thing going on and all of that. So that's what's going on.
Is that a green screen, Mark? It looks interesting.
Yes, it is an actual blue screen. It is actually like supposed to be an ocean scene and all of that, but the scene that is behind it is actually something called I'll tell you what the image was in a second. So if you go to green screen, that was actually supposed to be the theater. And then this one is actually supposed to be a rapping friend of mine, and I don't even know if he shows up on the thing anymore. So like I said, that was just some of the weirdness that goes on when you try to do a blue screen that I bought. So I'm still working on things and all of that. By the way, he says that this is really cool. We just heard from the fine folks at IBM TV. They said this is really cool. They love the backdrop. So they love the backdrop and all of that. So definitely they were enjoying your backdrop and my attempt at a backdrop. So definitely I'm thinking Kim is watching us and hearing what we're doing and trying to do and all of that. So definitely you got cool things that are going on a regular basis, and the attempts to use green screens and all of that. So definitely, like I said, I might even try to see if I do that, then it's just me talking and folks can hear my voice and all of that, and they don't see anymore. There I go again. And then they're like, wait a minute, where did Mark go? Because I actually had an interview with that happen not that long ago. I had a gentleman that called me from Las Vegas. And by the way, Tim, have you ever been to Las Vegas? Because I've never been. I mean, I've been once, and I was amazed at the gambling that takes place and all of that. So definitely.
No.
And Terry McCann is apparently watching us, and they want to know, how do we find you? Meaning, how do we find you?
Yes, absolutely. So you could find me on LinkedIn if you search for Tim, Timsohn. You could email me at Tim, that's Tim, at Sohn, Sohn, socialmediasolutions.com, longest email address ever. Or I'm also on Facebook. Just search for my name and you'll find me. Although there is another Tim Sohn who's a freelance journalist who usually comes out on top on Google, that Tim Sohn. And I actually interviewed him once because I noticed that. And I said, I have to reach out to him. And interview him to find out who this other Tim Sohn is.
And you tried to find out who the other one is. And by the way, Terry McCain, who I do not know who that is, but they could be related to the famous McCains for all I know. But they said, wanted to know if you have a class on green screen. So they want to know, and I think you mentioned that y'all will be teaching a class, but is that the only class, or do you offer any other classes?
Right now, just planning that class. So if you want to reach out to me, feel free to send me a direct message. We'll definitely be covering green screen. The whole tech component is one part of what we'll be covering. So yeah, we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about how to engage with your audience on during your live shows, what to do before, during, and after your live shows, and much more. Stay tuned for more details, as well as repurposing your content later, taking those live streams and creating shorter video clips, blog posts, and so much more.
And could you talk to our listeners about your classes? Because you have the Survive with Video classes. I was a member of one of those classes, but you had, I don't know if you've done 2 classes. Are we getting ready to go to a 3rd version, or are you done with the classes, or are you going to teach another one in the, I guess it would be fall?
Don't have any plans at the moment to teach another one. I've been so busy with other work, actually producing and planning virtual events directly with clients. So don't have any of that class, but Mark was in a class that I taught, which just launched right when COVID started, like 6 months ago, I think it was, which I can't believe it's that long ago, Mark. It feels like it wasn't that long ago.
Right.
But in this class, there were basically people who wanted to launch their own live show. So I walked them through everything from the tech to what they should talk about in their live shows to many other things. That was a long time ago now.
Yeah. Tim, if you could really quickly, one of the other things that I've always been amazed with, we actually did a couple here on the network, but not nearly the amount that you've done so far, because you've done a lot of virtual events and have definitely worked on virtual events. So if you could talk about that, because I know here we just did our International Peace Day celebration, which of course Brian was part of. I was trying to get you on, but I know you had other commitments and everything of that nature. But then we've also had a thing revolving around the fires in California that my friend Jeff Eachin did. And I think that's an ongoing virtual event that he does. But I know you've done like a education conference or something in Houston. You've done a number of other great things in this virtual landscape that we're all part of now. So if you could talk to people about what you do in that realm and how they can reach you in that realm, because I know that that's what you do. And I was really amazed with that Houston event. When I looked online, I was like, wow, Tim is keeping busy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I've been so honored to work with such amazing events since COVID hit. And Mark, if you want Brian to come on with us right now, he said he'd be game if you want to send him a link. It's up to you.
Yes, I would love that. And actually, if you want to forward him that link that I sent you, then I would love that. Y'all can go crazy and all of that. But I would love to have Brian back on if he's able to get on and all of that. So I would love to have Brian pop on if he is able to, if you want to forward him that link, or I can forward him the link as well. Right now, my laptop is doing something very silly and crazy, probably because it doesn't like blue screen, but it's trying to do something mad. But if you would forward that to him while I do some adjusting, then I would love it if Brian would join us.
Yes, let me find it really quick. But in terms of, I'm not very good at multitasking. In terms of the events I've been working with, that Houston event you were talking about, Mark, I actually, I was brought on by Stephanie Liu to work with her on that event. It was called Share the, I can't remember if it was Share the Money and the Mic or Share the Mic and the Money. One of those two.
We were sharing something. We don't know what we were sharing, but we were sharing something.
Yes, but it was amazing conversations between women of color and Caucasian women who are business people. So those were some amazing conversations. So what I basically do is I help organizations plan events like that, as well as serve as the man behind the curtain, basically. So if there's guests on the show, I bring them on the show. ahead of time, I make sure that their lighting is good, their audio is good, their Wi-Fi is good, you know, basically to make them look as awesome as they can on video, because that's what we want to do for them.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And then bringing on any graphics, any recorded videos, anything to make the virtual event more engaging, almost kind of like a TV show, except it's more like a conversation instead of like a cable news broadcast, right? Um, so I find that people that I work with tend to be organizations that they just want to be able to show up and have really great conversations for their virtual events or their live shows, and they just want somebody else to help guide them, help hold their hand in the planning of these events, as well as the tech part. A lot of people get really nervous about the tech part, especially because it's live and they want everything to go so perfectly. You know, the brands get so worried about that aspect of live that it may not go perfectly, as opposed to doing pre-recorded videos.
Yeah, that's very true, and definitely things can happen that go wrong in video and all of that nature and everything. So right now, because my computer is trying to do something weird, and actually I've heard some comments from one of my regular producers and one of the other founders, Kim Calhoun, and I'm trying to get to what her comments are as well. So in the meantime, I'm going to try to do some adjustment, but if for some crazy reason the computer pops off and everything, Tim is going to be doing a display of those crazy animals and all of that, because it might take me about a minute or two while I do some adjustment. But I know that Kim was really impressed with all that you were doing in that regard. So I'm going to try to do some quick adjustments. But in the meantime, Tim is going to show off the deer and a bunch of other things while I try to do some quick adjustments on the fly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let me know, guys, where are you all in the world right now? I'm like, I like to say with the bears and the turkeys. And I actually just put up a video of some turkeys earlier today. Chris Stone, who was on the Tim and Jim show recently, he also collaborates with Jim Fuse on some work. He suggested that I share content of my evidence of bears and turkeys where I live here, because whenever I go on shows, I always say that I live in Northeast Pennsylvania with the bears and the turkeys. So anywho, Brian Schulman is going to be joining us in a little while. Brian is amazing. He is my partner in crime on What's Good Wednesday and Shout Out Saturday, or I'm his partner in crime, one or the other. And yes, I am a tree. So guys, let me know where you are tuning in from. Hi, Kimberly. How's it going? Kimberly says, Tim can become the Bob Ross of teaching the world how to do this. I love this stuff, Kimberly. Kimberly also says, maybe we can have a TV show with Tim teaching this, like teaching people how to paint. And Terry asked about do you have a class on green screen? Yeah, Terry, definitely reach out to me. Send me a message on Facebook or LinkedIn, or email me, and I'd be happy to help you. I can send you more information about the course I'm doing with Brian, or if there's some way I can help you in a one-on-one capacity, if that's a little bit more than what you're looking for, I'd be happy to discuss that as well. So what is going on in your guys' neck of the woods? I am here in the woods. I am literally a tree in the woods. Kimberly, where are you in the world? I would love to know. I'm here in Northeast Pennsylvania, and I'm feeling kind of hungry. So I thought maybe I would turn into a hamburger. And there's also some hot dogs behind me if you would like a hot dog. There's always that as well. Or if you'd like some French fries. Kimberly, do you like French fries? Or Terry, or anybody who's watching live or on the replay, are you a fan of French fries? And Brian says he's here. Hey, Brian, what is going on? Mark has disappeared briefly, so I am doing a show of Snap Camera right now. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer says, what woods am I in? Hello, Jennifer. I live in Northeast Pennsylvania in a little town called Shahola, and there literally are bears and turkeys here. Brian, I'm sure Mark will bring you on when he comes back. He was trying out a green screen, and I'm not exactly sure what he's doing, but this has apparently become the Tim and Hot Dog show at the moment. So might as well share some more filters. So let us know, guys, what kind of music do you like? Because I know Brian Schulman, who's waiting backstage, loves music. In fact, on Wednesdays, he becomes DJ Bri Bri, where you can pick your jam and you can watch that on Brian Schulman's LinkedIn channel, LinkedIn profile. Yeah, that's where you can catch What's Good Wednesday on Wednesdays from 2 to 3:30 p.m. Jennifer Smith, where are you located in the world? I would love to know. And I think I'm going to turn this radio thing off now. There we go. And apparently it's still the Tim show here, just waiting for Mark Lee and Brian Schulman to come on. So hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. This is a pleasure to have you here on the Tim Sohn Show. Just kidding. On the Mark Lee Show, or whatever show this is called. I would love to know. Brian Schulman, how is your day going? We have some comments coming in. Jennifer says, do you do advertising with this tool? Brian! Hot dog man.
I'm back, and Brian's in the room as well. And by the way, we've got comments from folks and everything, and definitely I wanted to share some of those comments. By the way, as I was saying, definitely Kimberly Calhoun, who Brian has met, is enjoying, and she was asking, maybe we can have a TV show with Tim teaching this, like teaching people how to paint. So definitely she said that you could become the Bob Ross of teaching the world how to do this. So she's offering you the chance to be the Bob Ross of teaching folks how to do this. And she said, oh, cool, another person. So she's glad to see we've got other people like Brian popping in as well. And she says that she loves the tree and she wants to know how she can become a tree. So Kim, our producer here, would love to become a tree. And then we've got Jennifer Smith, who jumped in and said, what woods are you in? And things of that nature. And then she also said,
nature.
And she's asked whether you do advertising with this tool. And she also was saying, which we often have to happen on this show, that you were making her hungry. So I know we've got Vivian China, and that makes people hungry on a regular basis. And by the way, Grant Edmonds, who is one of our DJs all the way from South Africa, said this would be a great for online DJ. So he's thinking like you could do that whole DJ thing. I don't think he's ever seen what you do, Brian, in the sense of like the DJs with the social distancing. And as I have said, Tim doesn't know this, but I know I've shared this with Brian before, but definitely there is a thing, you call it social distancing. Unfortunately, my boss here on IBM.TV calls it bum dancing because you're sitting on your bum. So like bum dancing or bum dancing, that's her nickname for it, is what she calls it, is bum dancing or bum dancing. Because I know she wants to bring bum dancing or bum dancing here to the network. So she has that before. So definitely that is her nickname. And by the way, I am IBM TV music person. Tommy Harris said from Texas here, and these are really cool applications. And he also said, Terry said, this is more fun than a video game. So they're enjoying what's going on, and they're having more fun than a video game. So definitely going on. And hey, and you're off in space now. They're all off in space. They've gone off into the space world now.
We're feeling kind of spacey. It's getting late. It's 5 o'clock here. It's almost dinner time.
It is dinner time. Y'all are getting spacey and everything.
Ryan's in another world.
Yep. And hold on a second. We've got another guest as well. So we've been having a lot of fun here, and I'm enjoying the fun. But I think that Miss Faya Harris is also enjoying what's going on as well. So definitely wanted to bring her on into the conversation and into the madness that was happening here on the Mullins Music and Memories show and all of that. Definitely want Brian and Tim to stick around. They can even make comments on what she's got going on and things of that nature. But definitely one of the things that Miss Fire does and everything, Aisha Faya Harris, is she is a person involved in the arts world and things of that nature. So I would love for you to share a little bit about your musical background and the things that you are doing. I've got Tim and Brian Shulman, who are these great masters at doing these great things in imagery and all of that. So they are definitely great social media people in the community and all of that. So definitely would love to hear from you as well, Aisha, as to what's going on in your world.
Okay. Just one moment. I'm driving. I'm gonna pull over so I can be in a safe spot. Just a second. Sorry.
Yeah, stay safe.
Yes,
So
so
want you to stay
important.
safe for sure.
Okay, I'm almost there. Just one moment.
And by the way, Kimberly was saying
But for
hello
some
to you,
reason,
Brian. She's saying hello to you again.
Kimberly.
okay, for some reason the connection was a little bad. So whatever you said to me, I was not able to hear that part of it.
No problem. I was just saying if you could share a little bit about your own background and what you've got going on. I know that you are definitely involved in the world of arts and music and things of that nature. So I
Yes.
would love to hear more about what you've got going on in your life. And then I've got my
Okay.
great friends, Brian and Tim, that are showing all these great images.
Yes, sir. Okay. Well, all right. Hello, everyone. I'm Asha Faya. I started out as a spoken word artist, but I am actually a neo soul artist. So I do write music, I perform music, I write hooks for other artists, plan events. I do a lot of different things. There's a little bit of radio show hosting for about 2.5 years. So I know that's really fun. I've been out 8 years. I do a lot of work in the community out here in Fort Worth and Dallas in Texas. That's where I'm from. Work. Been doing music for a while. Started doing music after age 8 or 9 years old, writing music, performing music in church.
Gotcha. So you
Right now, I
started
have a new
doing
single out. It's called "Get Gone."
Yep,
It is available on
definitely
all streaming platforms.
cool. And you are also one of those people like Brian and like Tim that have discovered the importance of LinkedIn in terms of networking and things of that nature. So I'm sure Brian might have some ideas about the importance of that, but I would love to hear how important it has been to you using tools like LinkedIn. So I would love to hear you talk about that as well. Hold on. The computer just
Are you
went cuckoo.
able to hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Hold on. People not hear me. Hold
What a
on.
cool new one. I just saved it.
Yep.
Hi, Kimberly. This one's great.
What's going on, Brian?
I'm just looking at Mark's forehead. What's happened?
Yeah, you look at my forehead.
He has a wonderful forehead.
He
Yeah, look at
does.
my
Isn't
forehead.
it wonderful? Tell us how wonderful Mark's forehead. Oh, we lost him.
Yeah, we listen to people left and right.
And we're back.
Oh, hello.
Here we are. I feel like jumping into the studio on Mark's end so I can help.
There we go. Everybody's back in place and all that. So Aisha, you were sharing the importance of the LinkedIn and the marketing and all of that. And I know definitely that Brian is involved in marketing, but I met you through LinkedIn. So I'd love you to talk about the importance of that.
So Aisha, if you can hear me, I'd love you to talk about the importance of definitely LinkedIn marketing in your own career. So definitely we're getting all kinds of static and all of that. that we're
It
gonna
sounds like it
bounce
may be
off.
coming from your end, Mark.
Yeah, I think it is about to stop that one. Yeah, that seems like that's a little bit better.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's better. All right. So if you can, Aisha, I would love to hear you talk about the importance of LinkedIn on your career and how that's working with you.
Looks like she may be frozen, Mark.
Yeah. Same here. Same here from the woods.
Yes, the woods.
The woods are
Yes.
going on.
It's
I don't
kind
know
of
if Aisha
cold.
can
I think we need to wear some hoodies today, Brian.
Yeah, I saw a Yeti pass by earlier. I was definitely cold.
Oh, we lost Mark.
Oh, awesome. And then we have our new friend who's frozen in the corner.
Welcome to Corona World.
Welcome to Corona World, where the Cookie Monster and the Yeti shows up.
Yes, where your host disappears and it's just you. It's just us.
It's just us. Yes, Merry Coronimus, where all your live streaming dreams come true.
Maybe we'll get Aisha back at some point or another. I'm going to try to bounce off and get some of this audio stuff going off and all of that. But definitely, I was telling Tim earlier that there are a lot of folks that are going to be jealous of y'all being the Cookie Monster, because I know one of our other founders, Nick, and me are supposed to be the Cookie Monster based on what goes on our show and with our sponsor, because they sell cookies and they say that we buy all the cookies. So they're claiming that we are the Cookie Monsters, but it looks like y'all are the actual real Cookie Monsters. So we'll be shocked to know that y'all are the real Cookie Monsters.
I wonder if the Cookie Monster likes hot dogs. Cookie Monster, do you like hot dogs also?
I think he's partial to cookies. He ate
so.
part of my head. And Mark has a twin brother.
Oh, Mark and Mark?
Mark and Mark.
So I think
where
what
are
I'm
we
going
right
to
now?
do is I'm going to let y'all just have a little bit of fun here, because I'm going to totally bounce myself out, and then hopefully I will come back and not be multiple beats and just be one beat. So I'm getting ready to bounce myself out and let y'all have the fun of enjoying yourself, because as Kim says, y'all are way funny, so y'all are very more funny than me. So I'm going to kick myself out temporarily and kick myself back in.
Yes, kick yourself.
Yes,
don't kick yourself too hard. Yes,
the same thing.
Of course we did. We have the same brain. Don't kick yourself too hard, Mark. We don't want you to hurt yourself. It's really important that you're safe. Just like our friend in the car. We want to make sure that all of you out there are staying safe.
Yeah, maybe wear a towel on your head, put some shades on.
Absolutely, because we both just got out of the shower. So, yeah.
Yes, now more than ever.
Now more than ever. Wear sunglasses, put lipstick on, and wear a towel on your head. You know, we actually had a friend of ours join us as a guest on the show in her robe.
Yes,
so that was awesome. That's right, Linda Ray.
Shout out to Linda Ray.
Shout out to Linda Ray. We love Linda Ray.
Where is Linda Ray? Why isn't she here?
I don't know. She needs to come and join us for sure. Every time Linda Ray shows up, I'm like, I'm so excited.
And now we're back to normality and all of that kind of stuff. So now we're back to some semblance of normality and all of that. But we don't know whether we like normality or any of those things or not, because we have a little bit of normality and all of that. And by the way, Kim was just having way too much fun with y'all, because she said that you guys are fun and that this whole thing is a show in and of itself. And I have to agree with her that the whole thing is a show in and of itself. So definitely I have to agree with her that she was enjoying the laughter and the fun and all of that. So hopefully Aisha may join us back. But she was having a good time saying that this was a show in and of itself, and that she was just having way too much fun, and that she thinks that you guys are incredibly funny, and definitely all of that. So I have to agree with Kim on that, and she's enjoying all these images that y'all are getting and all of that. So definitely y'all are just having way too much fun over there. And the crazy thing, and Kim doesn't know this, is that y'all are having all this fun and y'all aren't even in the same state. Because like I said, you are representing California, and definitely Tim is over there representing Pennsylvania. So definitely they are doing this all while being in different locations. So yes, you can
Yes,
have
we
this fun
are.
while being in a whole different location. You don't even have to be in the same place, because
And
you
we
got this
only,
whole
we
cat
only
things
see
going
each
on
other.
and everything else going on, and they are in totally different areas and all of that. Now, you were sharing earlier before my computer decided to go haywire about that Houston experience, and I know that you probably shared that as I was going back and forth. But Brian, could you talk a little bit about the event that y'all pulled off together as well? Because I remember jumping in on that, and that was that whole event that was in California that you and Tim were part of that I was just amazed with. It was just a fun event. I know I popped in on it a couple of times, and it was like y'all were doing I think it's either the city that you're in or a city near you, Brian. But I know Tim was one of your producers, if not the sole producer, and y'all were doing just some great things. So if you could share a little bit about what that event was and how that event came about.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. So that was Leucadiade, if I'm getting it right. So
Yes, that's
Leucadiade
correct.
was actually the city of Leucadia is in Encinitas in San Diego, California, and the small businesses were struggling really hard, and so my friends at the organization Keep Small Strong, which is a collective of agencies that came together folks within agencies that came together to help save small business across America by providing and standing up online e-commerce stores, in addition to providing marketing and other stuff, all the goodness of their heart, all gratis, all free. Truly incredible. So follow the hashtag Keep Small Strong. Go to keepsmallstrong.org. You'll learn more about them. It's at Keep Small Strong on all social handles. But they had reached out to me and said, hey, we heard from the folks at Leucadia that run basically all things digital for all the local businesses, and they're really struggling. And they need some help, because if they don't get some visibility to help raise some money, the organization is going to close, which means all the businesses locally in the town would have some serious struggles in addition to what they were going through already. So anyway, long story long, they reached out and said, hey, let's have a chat. Let's see how we can help. And so I talked to them and said, have you guys ever thought about doing a like telethon type scenario, but like music and all that kind of stuff? Because that was an event that they were going to put on. They put on this big event locally. They have, oh my gosh, I want to say they have like 100 bands over a couple of days or something like that. It's a lot. There's a lot of bands that are involved, and they weren't able to do it in person. So they knew nothing about live streaming. And so as soon as I heard about it, I said, I've got a great idea. And I said, I'm going to reach out to my producer. And Nokia was not a sponsor, but they should have been. I'm going to reach out to my producer and let's talk more. So we did Tim, was it 5 hours? 4 hours.
5 hours.
5 hours. It was 6 hours. How long was it? I think it was 5
It was a long time.
It was a long time. I feel like it was 5 hours. Anyway, they put together a whole lineup of bands. They had people at different locations. That's a phone, Bling phone. Yes, they had people at different locations that broadcasted in as guests. So different local businesses. The bands also did a prelude to playing. Some played live, some pre-recorded, and we played them. And they shared the stories around the songs and what was the inspiration behind it. And we had a great local MC too that was out there that's known in the surf world. Anyway, it was just everybody coming together to put this incredible event on, which we did in such a short period of time. I helped spearhead that, was one of the hosts / producers, and Tim was running everything behind the scenes. And we had this huge, literally run of show. I'm sure Tim's got it pinned up somewhere, but this huge run of show, like multi-page pieces of paper. And it was awesome. We wound up raising, I want to say $15,000, if I recall right, over the course of 5 hours or something like that. But it was great. It was great. And it was just a great example of how, incredible things happen when we come together. You never know who can help who where. And that was a perfect example of how my friends at Keep Small Strong reached out and said, hey, let's bring the sun and the moon together and make some magic and have a good time and raise some money. And Tim's caught in the dark. So yeah, it truly was amazing.
Yeah, it
And
sounds like it's amazing, and definitely it's just amazing how that happens on a regular basis. Like I said, I'm oftentimes amazed at the kind of clients that y'all have been picking up for doing these events and all of that kind of nature of things. And what I was trying to ask Aisha, and hopefully she'll pop in again at some point if she can get back on, and I'm actually going to reach out to her on LinkedIn and everything. But I do know that you, Brian, are one of those LinkedIn masters and everything. So if you could talk about the importance of social media and LinkedIn to folks that are trying to do events or just trying to do communications and things of that nature. I would love to hear your thoughts on the importance of social media.
yeah, 100%. Look, like social media is so important now more than ever, as Tim would say. In the times that we're in, think about it. I mean, we've been in in the times that we're in, and we've been in over the last 8 months in the pandemic, where so many have been sheltered in place and quarantined. You know, you're not able to go and see people, meet people, be with clients, partners, friends, family, and the only way we have the ability to communicate is digitally, right? And we have to be seen, and we have to be heard, and we have to show up. And I think a lot of people looked at digital communication like we're doing now as kind of like, yeah, that's kind of cool, but I don't really need it, you know? And I think as soon as the pandemic hit, people realized when it's the only option that you have, you need it. So I think there's always a silver lining, as I say, to everything. There's always something good. And I think the good out of this is that people realize that showing up is so important. Being able to communicate together is so important, because the beauty about video and any form of communication is the fact that the only thing missing is you can't physically touch the person, you can't smell the person. Right. Though, as I've said many times, I think somebody created smell-o-vision over the last 8 months. But it's so important, right? It's so important for individuals, for companies to understand the power, one, of social media, the power of showing up and communicating. I mean, I've been a part of anniversaries, birthdays. I've seen friends who've done weddings. I mean, so many awesome things have happened through video digitally, right? And then we talk about something like LinkedIn. I mean, you know, look, LinkedIn, and I actually think I heard a new metric. I feel like it was 675 was pre-pandemic. I feel like there's like an additional 100 million potentially that have come on since the pandemic. You know, and understand that anyone and everyone you ever want to do business with is there, from the founder to the funder to the chairman to the janitor, everybody in between, they're all there. And the predisposition of it being a business social networking platform, I think a lot of folks get stuck thinking it's just business, and it's not. It's human first. I mean, Tim and I show up on LinkedIn, you know, with filters on the shows, and nobody is doing that. And we have fun, and it's all about lifting others and raising spirits, and it's memorable, right? You walk away laughing and having a good time, and you feel better. And we need that in these times that we're in. So, yeah. So, I mean, look, I think there's no question at all that, or there should be no question at all that you should be on LinkedIn, that you should get some more toilet paper when it's available, that you should be showing up now more than ever. Absolutely, now more than ever. But I've been on LinkedIn every day for the last 17 years come December. Okay, I've been around for a long time. So, and as one of the top 50 most impactful people of LinkedIn just named, I want you guys to understand it's so important to be there. It's an engagement platform. It's not a digital resume and a place to look for a job anymore. That's a component of the platform. But you have the ability to show up, build relationships, be human with a heartbeat, and meet people, because that's how you build relationships. It's not, you know, this is my business speak and my suit speak. And I mean, that's a small component of your strategy and how you show up. The biggest part is to wear toilet paper on your head, and to just be human and share your stories and your vibes, because it's all about relatability. So remember, go where the people are. That's the most important thing. But also remember that these digital playgrounds that these tech companies build, and I've helped build and grow tech companies, startups for the last 20 plus years. You know, they all build these platforms, whatever they may serve as. And Tim's doing the Tim right now. That's his dance, by the way. And we, as the kindergartners, as I say, decide to show up and play. But if we don't show up, the platform nothing's gonna happen, right? We as the people are what makes all of these digital playgrounds, IBM TV, LinkedIn, Other social platforms, what they are, if we don't all show up, then nothing happens. That's the beauty about it, right? So I think when you understand that growth is going to continue to happen, just like I described already in the last 8 months from a LinkedIn point of view, and the power of showing up and the incredible people you can meet, right? Mark's been on the shows and, and he was friends with Tim, and Tim said, hey, Mark, come join us. And that's amazing how you can meet people and come together and build this incredible relationship and find new tribes when you're out there voicing your vibe and doing things that you may not have necessarily thought about before. But as I always say, incredible things happen when we come together. So understand you got to show up digitally. There's power in that, especially when you can't show up anywhere else. Because if you're not showing up online and you can't go and do what you normally would out in the quote unquote real world, ooh, it's a new Smurf. Tim always finds that's amazing. Tim always finds new filters, usually while we're on the show.
The Smurfs. The Smurfs are in the house now.
The Smurfs are on
IBM.TV. That's amazing. The Smurfs have joined.
That is incredible. That's incredible.
We were just watching the Smurfs movie earlier today.
Yes. Wow. I have to find that one.
Yes.
You'll have to tell me what that one. You'll have to tell me what that one is named. I think
you got another Smurf. We got two Smurfs going on here.
Yeah, I love the Smurfs. Used to watch the Smurfs growing up. That's awesome. What is that one called, by the way?
He's looking up titles.
It's called Smurf Simul something. Maybe Smurf Simultaneous or something.
Smurf Simultaneous. All right, we'll have to check that out. Yeah, it's not coming up for me, but I'll look for it. That's okay. Smurfs are cool.
In the house. We like Smurfs. Smurfs are in the house.
Absolutely.
You cannot go wrong with a Smurf. I'm actually trying to see if I can get Miss Kim to pop in as well, because we've got a few more minutes to go. And I noticed she was doing a lot of meetings and everything, but she was chit-chatting and watching and listening and all. And I think Aisha was having some issues on her side. So it wasn't just on my side, it was on her side as well. So she might join the online dinner party on Wednesday or join us next week as well. But definitely we will have some communication with her if she doesn't pop in. But I also sent out a note to Kim as well, because we got the Smurfs in the house, and of course you can't go wrong with the Smurfs. And I'm sure that Kim is a big supporter of definitely Halloween and some of the witches and things of that nature. So I'm not going to be surprised if we don't get some werewolves and some witches popping up on the show in a minute as well, because we don't just have the Smurfs, but we might get some werewolves and some witches popping up as well. Oh, there's one popping up there. There's another one. They've got the pumpkin thing going on with Halloween, so we've got a number of things that are going on. Brian, are you going to make a cameo appearance at Tim's daughter's birthday party? Because I'm thinking you need to make a cameo appearance at the very least as some sort of Halloween character as she turns the whopping age of 6. And I might get both of y'all to show up in 2 weeks, because in 2 weeks, on the 26th, my brother will turn 51. So I think he'll be close to like your age, Brian, and everything. I'm not sure where Tim falls in that range and everything, but definitely he's going to be hitting, because he hit the big 5-0 last year on 2019. So this year he'll be the big 5-1, and my nephews will be turning, I believe it's 11 and 12, or they turned 11 and 12 in August. So he's about to hit the big 5-1. So definitely looking forward to all of that. So definitely, I'm thinking that y'all might need to turn up along that line. And I definitely will have to give a birthday shout out to him on next Saturday. But I'm thinking that we got all kinds of creative folks that are watching, and we have all kinds of creative folks that pay attention to IBM.TV, and they're probably seeing that you have created all of these witch outfits. Tim makes a better witch than you do, Brian.
Yes, I'm looking at your witch.
Not quite have the witch kind of like look. Like Tim looks like a natural witch, whereas Brian, you
look like a natural witch, Tim. Did you know that?
Taking that as a compliment.
Yes, it is. Naturally.
Yeah.
Now more than ever.
Now more than ever, definitely.
That's right.
But I think Brian makes it maybe a better devil, because I've seen Brian as the devil a couple of times, and he makes a very good devil kind of image, because I've seen him kind of give that image with the horns and all of that. So he pulled that off quite well, even though he's a saintly person in real life. But when he pulls on those horns, it can be really amazing. See, he gets those horns going and definitely looking like he's the evil Brian, even though we know Brian is not evil at all. And what the heck is Tim conjuring up over there? Because like I said, he's got the whole thing going on. He's conjuring up some sort of potion.
I have no idea. He's cooking up a potion. He's cooking up something.
It's a potion of some sort. I don't know what that potion is. So I'm already worried about what Tim might be cooking up with that potion, because I've seen Tim in kitchens in other places. That might be real scary if he gets to go in there.
I'm supposed to be some kind of witch, but this does not look like a witch face to me anyway. I don't know. I like this one.
I'm not sure.
That's what I like. Yeah, that was happening.
Now, that one's good. That's a good one.
Brian, you're all dressed up. It was so nice of you to get dressed up for this special occasion.
Well, just for Mark.
I appreciate you getting dressed up here on this IBM.TV thing
so
that we got going on and all that. But I'm waiting for Brian to turn back into the famous DJ, because he's that great DJ with the pineapples, and I think he does a masterful job. Yes. And does the pineapple DJ? I think you've told me, but I forgot his name. What is his MC DJ name?
DJ Bri, the pineapple. Yes.
All right.
That's right.
And he knows all the tunes, because I've seen him pull out some tunes that I was amazed that he knew. Like I said, I know that I've given y'all a lot of R&B songs, giving y'all some funk songs, giving y'all some other songs. I've seen some of the rockers give y'all some rock songs, but I've seen some folks pull out some songs, and I'm sitting there going like, Brian and the Pineapple DJ is not going to know that song, and y'all have pulled it off. So that's going to be my question to you, Brian. When you've done these Shout Out Wednesdays, what is the one song that you had to do some serious digging that shocked you? Like, say somebody gave you a classical song or something that you were not expecting. So in that rich DJ pool that the Pineapple has, what song did it take you a minute to find because you had to do some serious digging through the crates?
Yeah, there were. Well, I don't know. You've had me digging pretty good in the crates, because you're good at taking us way back. Yeah, oh yeah. There've been some folks that have taken us back to the 60s, the 70s. I'm trying to think, because it's usually it's all upbeat. What's Good Wednesday? Drop your jam. Give us some upbeat tunes, so people know when they pick their jam that DJ Brava is gonna drop something for them that's right up the alley of everybody. Tim's got a very concerned look on his face. He's put a hazmat suit on, so he's being really safe right now.
Is something going on There's something going on in Pennsylvania that we need to know about? Because, like I said, I know we had some things going on here in North Carolina for several days, but I did not know that there was anything going on that I need to be concerned about where you are, Tim. So if there's like something that you need to tell us about what's going on in Pennsylvania, did they like have some explosion that you need to have breaking news?
Yes, breaking news. I was just about to say breaking
news things y'all have going on sometimes as well.
Breaking
news. I need to know whether there's like some breaking news that we need to know about in Pennsylvania.
Longest breaking news ever.
Breaking news.
Yeah. They've always got that breaking news segment, and I've been watching the breaking news segment. I've been waiting for y'all to break out into some breaking news, because we have breaking news here on a regular basis, and sometimes, as a matter of fact, I think I've got an idea. I'm going to share this with you, but I got to get with my buddy not Brian, but Bill, that does our White House reports and all of that. So I'm going to let folks check out one of the other shows that we've got here on the network. And I'm thinking that when we come back, and you're going to hear a spot about American politics, but when me and Tim come back after talking about American politics, I think that after he sees this spot, Brian needs to immediately launch into breaking news, because I think that this would be a great combination with Bill Tresvant and what he does with American politics and then the breaking news. So right now, we're going to talk about another show that airs right here on IBM.TV. And when we come back, we're going to see how Brian drops in with some breaking news based on American politics. See, breaking news right there. There's the breaking news, and there's Brian with breaking news.
Breaking news. Breaking news. I have 3 minutes before I have to leave you.
I understand, and I appreciate you doing this. Breaking news on a regular basis, so definitely the breaking news. And by the way, I know that they have commented to me several times, not so much Tim, because this is the first time really meeting Tim and everything, but I do know that both the IBM TV family as well as several others have told me that they would love it if y'all could become, if not doing a show here, definitely regulars on a regular basis, because I know that both of them have told me that they are big fans of Brian, and now they are big fans of Tim as well. So definitely just want to let y'all know that y'all are always welcome here, and I know that they've actually talked about doing some comedy shows and some other type shows. So if there is any bandwidth, because I know y'all are both very busy and everything, but if there's any bandwidth for this creativity to come to us, I am sure that they would love to have it on any sort of regular basis, maybe even if that's re-airing some of the things that y'all do, like the Wednesday show and the Saturday show. But definitely they are open to that happening here on the IBM TV network, because they are definitely fans of Brian's, having appeared now 2 or 3 times, and definitely on our feast day. And Tim has appeared on my show a couple of times, so they have seen his antics as well. So just letting y'all know that as far as they are concerned, y'all are part of the family, and anytime that y'all want to come on, even if you want to bring some of your shows onto the platform, they are more than willing to have y'all do that on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, when I mentioned to Kim about going on to your show and doing the social distancing, she was like, I want the bump dancing here. So she wants what she calls bump dancing here in this area. So just letting you know, I know y'all are on, you have your affiliations with LinkedIn and everything else, but you are stars here in this area, and you are loved by many folks that watch, including some of the folks that you heard comments made of, because a couple of those folks, like Grant, are some of our regulars that do shows here. So just letting you know that you are definitely welcome to come back anytime that you feel like it.
Thank you, Mark. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Mark.
Yes, y'all are great, and y'all will definitely give a lot of energy and greatness to the things that we do here and everything. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to need to have y'all come back on when Lynn Shepard does his sales and everything, because like I said, one of the sponsors is the Dollar Store, and they do sell cookies and other things. So I think I might have one of y'all come on one of these times when he is on and make a special Cookie Monster appearance. So definitely all of that. So that's so much what we got to say and everything. And by the way, Kim just said, Brian, that look is so you. So whatever look you just had on, that was so you. And so she was definitely enjoying the look that you just had and all of that. So definitely she was enjoying what you had going on. And I'm thinking that we might have to have you up here when we're having one of our sales pitch with Lynn and the Dollar Store. As a matter of fact, I think this is my idea. So we're going to try and experiment right now and everything. And we're going to see before y'all get off. And I know y'all got to get off in a few minutes. And actually the show will be ending in a few minutes anyway. But we're going to try a little bit of an experiment. I'm going to reach into one of my banners here, and I'm going to bring up Lynn. And as soon as Lynn is done talking with the Dollar Store, and by the way, I'm sure he'll be glad that you have pulled up the dollars, because it is a Dollar Store. But as soon as Lynn is done talking about the Dollar Store, I think that as soon as the last thing that he says is said, that is when you need to bring up the Cookie Monster. So we're going to try and experiment with Lynn and the cookie store, and I mean the Dollar Store and all of that, and the Cookie Monster. Because by the way, we're loving what you got going on with that. So right now we're going to bring up Lynn and the Dollar Store, and then right after that, as soon as Lynn is done talking, the Cookie Monster will appear. So right now, Lynn and the Dollar Store.
Hi, my name is Lynn Shepard. Our family owns an online dollar store, family.dollarstore.com. We have over 4,300 items on our site, quality items, and a lot less expensive than you might find wherever you're shopping, including on Amazon. We deliver for free if you spend $25 or more. And we also have a gift token program. Now, gift tokens are just like gift cards that you would get to shop at CVS, Target, Macy's, or a lot of other stores. And when you sign up to become a customer, you immediately get $5 worth of gift tokens to be able to use before you even make your very first purchase. So we encourage you to sign up to become a customer. We are here because we are supporting a not-for-profit, Money Masters PBS. Money Masters PBS owns IBM TV. Now, the mission of Money Masters PBS is to narrow the gap between poverty and financial sustainability.
And that's what it's all about. And there's the Cookie Monster. You saw the cookies? There's the Cookie Monster right there on you after Lynn got done with his conversations. And we even saw the cookies that were in place. So we saw the cookies and all of that. And there's two cookies. Well, we got a cook. Well, what's that? I'm not even sure that's a cookie. What is that we got going on? Well, we got the Cookie Monster, and maybe the Cookie Monster is going to eat what's below it. If that's a cookie, the Cookie Monster is going to eat the cookie.
This
Even
is
a
the
peanut,
only-
it might be in trouble. But definitely, the Lynn is going to be seeing that we've got the Cookie Monster here in the house and all of that. And definitely, the Cookie Monster is ready to have lots of cookies and ready to get the cookies from the dollar store. As a matter of fact, the Cookie Monster, I saw you know something that I got to let everybody know, including Kim, who I know is watching off stage from her studio home in Raleigh and everything. But I think that definitely, and I noticed it, that the Cookie Monster was drooling during the time that the cookies were on. I saw the Cookie Monster drooling. Am I correct? Was the Cookie Monster drooling? We got an alien going on now, but the alien is shaking their head and agreeing with me that the Cookie Monster was drooling. So the alien is agreeing. And by the way, we've got some friends here, including Kim and my good buddy Zach, that are definitely fans of what goes on in outer space. So they're fans of the alien life and all of that. So definitely, they might even think that Brian and Tim are not even from this world. So definitely, that's what I'm wondering. Brian and Tim, are y'all actually from this world? Or are y'all from someplace else? Because I think that y'all might be from another planet as well. Because I'm not even sure that y'all are from this world. So that's what I want to know. These are the questions that everybody needs to know. Tim, are you actually of this world? Smurf, are you? We know you're not of this world, and you're blue. So you definitely can't be of this world. But and Tim and Brian has become a hand. He's just a hand by himself. So and now he's part of a tree. So like I said, wait a minute. I think that Brian snuck over to your house. I think you need to be very careful, Tim. Because I think Brian snuck over to your house, and one of them trees behind you is actually Brian. The truth is out. One of them trees behind you is actually Brian. So, there might not be air travel or anything like that, but Brian, being an alien, he can get over there, and he's found a way to get over there. So I would be very careful, Tim, over there with the bears and everything else. I'd be double checking those trees because that might actually be Brian. We're not sure that that's not Brian. So double check your trees because that might be Brian. Yep. And now Brian's in the sea somewhere. We don't know where Brian's at, but he's in the sea world. He's swimming around, and he's just having an enjoyable time swimming just like in the world. And there's Tim. He's in the ocean as well. They're doing that whole swimming thing. They're in the ocean, and they're just like having a swimming journey. So they are swimming, and they're just having way too much fun and all of that. So definitely all of that is going on. Tell the folks, like I said, I know y'all got to bounce off shortly and everything. Tim's got to finish planning his birthday, and I know you got to bounce off shortly as well. But tell folks about this lovely app that y'all are using and how they can do the fun things as well. They need a better blue screen than what I've got going on, but definitely tell folks about how they can use these apps. And who knows, we might even have some folks doing some of these crazy things on IBM.TV as we learn how to do green screens better. But if you would talk about what the apps are and where y'all are finding these filters at. I did go on a Zoom call and I had a blast with the filters because I got to put on crazy hats and everything else, but that was on a couple of weeks ago and the filters were working better in Zoom than they were working in StreamYard, but I was putting on all kinds of crazy hats and sunglasses and other amazing things. So I did have a blast doing that. But if you would tell folks about the filters and how they can use the filters, those that are watching. So either Tim or Brian, whichever one of you want to defer to the other one.
Yeah, it's Snap Camera. So Snap Camera, and I actually do not have a green screen behind me. So you'll notice that you don't have to have one. It can help. But you just integrate Snap Camera from Snap Inc. Onto your desktop. It is desktop specific. And then once you do that, you have to go into the settings of your browser to allow it. And then depending on where you're coming in from, if it's Zoom or if it's StreamYard or whatever it may be, you just have to enable that camera. And once you've done that, then you'll be able to open up the Snap window and find all these fun filters that you see Mr. Spaceman and myself using throughout the awesome show that we were all part of today.
Well, I appreciate that. Y'all are doing some great filters. You just actually clarified something that I have been wondering this whole time. Because, like I said, when I got on the Zoom call and was able to use the filters, I was using the same computer that I'm using now, which is the laptop and things of that nature. I'm in the process of hopefully upgrading or getting my desktop back in order and all of that. But you just said something that I was thinking was the case, but I didn't have 100% proof of that. So I'm glad that you clarified that it works better if you're doing it on a desktop as opposed to a laptop, because we know that laptops don't always have the same kind of capabilities that desktops have. So definitely, it seems like it
Yeah,
needs to be better in a desktop as opposed to a laptop, unless
you
there's
can
some.
you can do it on laptop. I do it on laptop. So when I'm let me rephrase. Like I say desktop meaning not a mobile device.
Gotcha.
Although a laptop is a mobile device, but not your phone. Not your phone. On a laptop or on an actual desktop. Either of those work great. Tim and I both use laptops and desktops. So yeah, either one of those. Yes, all the tops. That's right.
All the tops.
And the bottom.
You're on. Don't forget the sides also, because then it's incomplete.
Yeah.
But yes. Well, we.
And you don't have to have the blue screen behind you or anything of that nature. You can just use your wall or anything of that nature. Because I noticed a couple times when you've appeared on our show, Brian, it has been just your living room, because I think that's your living room that you're usually at. And so we're just seeing like your living room wall and your living room art and things of that nature that are right there in the house that you live at with your family and all of that, if I am correct. So you are actually
That's right.
coming at us from the living room. Whereas I think Tim has designed his own little studio, because he's got like little kids and other people that are walking around and might not want to have
Yes, the little people. Shout out
those
to the
little
little
people,
people.
those little people that might to pop in.
You are the Wizard of Oz. So
And the Wizard of Oz with a sideways head, because like I said, the Wizard of Oz, I do not remember having a sideways head, but your head is like going sideways. So we're sitting there going like the head is going sideways. Oh, now the head is back to normal. So the head is back to its normal configuration. Because I was really worried there for a second, because the head was like going in some kind of crooked, weird way, and we weren't sure what was going on there. But you were just having way too much fun with the head popping over there and having an enjoyable time.
That's my favorite filter right now.
It is. That's one that he likes right now.
And are all the filters within the Snap camera website? I think that's what you called it. Or is it actually are the filters, various filters that you find from different locations and different filter locations? Because I'm sure people might be wondering, thinking that they've got to go to different filter downloads or things of that nature. Or can you find them all in one place?
They're all in one place. They are in the Snap camera. So you download Snap camera onto your device, again, your laptop or desktop, and you'll see this black circle with yellow around it. And now Tim's a transparent punk pickle. That's right. But yes, and within that, and they update them. So sometimes there will be filters that you use that disappear because they're not there anymore, and they'll update them with other ones. But it's always fun because there's always fun new filters that you come across and you have a good time with. And there are so many in there that you'll have more to play with than you know what to do with. So fun for all, unlimited amounts of fun. Make sure that you
Wait a minute, Brian, are you trying to say that this is like a way to level the playing field, because you've all of a sudden become a level of some sort or another? So I'm wondering if you're saying that this is a way to level the playing field, as I use a very bad pun and everything, but it definitely seems like you try to level the playing field with all this going on in the world. Because I know it's one of the things that I've observed, and both of you have probably observed this as well, is that we're seeing a lot of the more traditional media using things like StreamYard and like the filters and things of that nature. Because I've even seen, like, I'm pretty much convinced, even though I'm not part of their production crew, but I'm pretty much convinced that some of our newsrooms around the country are using StreamYard, and I'm almost 100% convinced that like shows like The View and some of our comedy shows like Saturday Night Live and others are using these tools, because they're also sitting at home trying to figure out how to make their business work as well. So, I mean, you're over there in California, Brian. So I'm thinking that you probably already heard that some of our network people and some of the people in the industry are using tools like StreamYard and like the filters in order to get their message out as well. So it's not just with IBM.TV and what you're doing on LinkedIn, but it's on a number of other sources as well. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, people are definitely taking advantage of lots of technology platforms out there digitally. Zoom has been blowing up, as well as others like StreamYard, Switcher Studio, Restream. There's many platforms that allow you to broadcast live out there. So yes, all the streams
and the yards.
The
and
yards.
the yards. Yes, the
At the
streams,
yards.
the
At the yards
yards.
over there and
Absolutely.
everything. So, one of the
Yes.
things that Kim and them have been talking about, and I want to try this experiment before y'all bounce off and everything, but they've been saying that they would love it because we've been watching it, like you said, we just had the political debates and everything, but they've been watching the debates, and I know we skipped the one for this week, but they were thinking that if there was like one of you was Trump and the other one was Biden, and y'all started talking to each other, then we could hit the mute button. So I don't know if there's any like kind of thing where one of you can be Trump and the other one can be Biden, and then as y'all try to debate each other, I'm going to hit the mute button. Yes, there's Mr. Trump, and he's talking. Tim, I need you to become Mr. Biden and all of that. So definitely, there you go. We got Biden. Now I need you to become Trump again. One of you, all right, we got Biden. Now I got Trump, and like they're talking, and see, then I can hit the mute button just like that. So we don't matter what he says to Biden because I can just hit the mute button. So we like that concept. So that's what we've been talking about, was that we could do that. So like if you sit there becoming Mr. Trump and you're making an argument to Mr. Biden and all of that, he's over there just talking away. And then all of a sudden we can just hit the mute button. So that's one of the things we've been talking about on the platform, is that, that if Mr. Trump right there at the top decides to just talk away, start talking away, either one of the Trumps, if y'all just start talking away, then we can just hit the mutual mute. So we can hit the mute button just like that. So we like this concept. So definitely, Brian representing Mr. Trump, would you say talk again, Mr. Trump? What do you think about what's going on in the world right now? I'd love to hear what you've got to say about what's going on in the world and what's happening in the world. And if you want to say something that's going on, we would love to hear that. So Brian Trump, we would love to hear what you got to say about what's going on in the world. So I'm waiting for Brian to turn into Trump so I can hit the mute button one more time and all of that. So we've been thinking that we could have the power of the mute button even in debates, because sometimes they don't hit that mute button the way that they should. But yep, there he is again. He's got that wide-eyed look and he wants to say something, but he's talking and we don't want to hear him. So I've got the mute button going, and right now he can't hear a word that he's saying because it's probably something that we don't need to understand or that doesn't make any sense. So we can just hit that mute button right there and just stop him from talking altogether. And see, that way, that would be a great way to handle the debate. See, Brian agrees with me. So see, the power of the mute button. We can have the power of the mute button. And if there's things that are said that don't make any sense, we just hit the mute button. And see, we can even hit the mute button right there as well. But definitely, that's one of the things that can go on in this world if we did handle the debate. So me and Kim have been thinking about being the moderators, and we think that we're going to let y'all be our co-moderators. So me, Kim, Brian, and Tim will be the moderators of the next debate because we will have the power of the mute button. So the power of the mute button is always very important and something that needs to be used more often. So definitely, I think that you could do a great job moderating as well. So I think that you'd be a great moderator, Brian.
Well, Mark, I appreciate you, and Tim, always good to see you, and to see you, Mark, and to see all of you in the comments. I do have to leave because I have to get on another video conference. But it was really good to see you guys, and wonderful to see you, Kim, and everyone else, Jennifer and Grant and Tommy, and all the people that have shown up in the comments. It's always great to be with you. Tim is right there and somewhere, but but everyone have a fantastic rest of your day, and look forward to seeing you all again.
Sounds good. Appreciate you, Brian. Glad that Tim was able to bring you in and all, but definitely appreciate that. And he's gone, and I know you got to get ready to go. And actually, the show will end in about another 10 minutes anyway. I may put on a blue show if you have to bounce before then and everything. But definitely, I appreciate you being on and all your great antics and things that you're having fun with. So I definitely appreciate folks learning more about what you've got going on with your company and all of that. So definitely want to thank you for coming in. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do to pull off for the 3 hours of this show, and you and Brian definitely helped make it fun and enjoyable. and all of that. So definitely want to thank you on that note. And if you would definitely spread and tell your daughter that we wish her a happy birthday from the IBM TV family and from me personally, because it is number 6, and definitely want to wish her a happy birthday as she enjoys her birthday on tomorrow and all of that. And if you got any final words that you want to share with the folks that are watching, then I will turn the floor over to you. Or if you got any final images that you want to share as well, I will turn the floor over to you. And then, like I said, I'll probably put on a musical cut or two or ramble on some other conversations after you're done as I get ready to wrap everything up. But definitely turn it over to you for any final words.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mark. It's so great to see you, and yeah, just so great to be here with you and the donuts, and this has been a lot of fun. And any final words? Let's see, what could I say? A reminder that we have that class coming up in November. It's going to start November 16th. If anybody wants to find out more information, just send me a direct message or send me an email, or ask Mark how to find me. He knows where to get me. So anyone that wants to, that already has a live show and they want to level up their show, they want to make it more memorable, they want to make a bigger impact, we'll show you everything from the tech to so much more, just different strategies that you should use before, during, and after the show to build up an audience, to make your show memorable, to have people coming back for more and more every show, and so much more. But I don't want to get too salesy, weirdo-ish here. Just thank you, Mark. I really appreciate it. You're an awesome friend, and thanks for letting me ramble on.
No problem. You're always a great friend as well. Definitely glad that I met you through some of our mutual friends as well, but definitely consider you to be an awesome friend as well. And always glad to have you and Brian pop in whenever you're able to, and to share y'all's clever antics and everything else. But it's always fun, and I enjoy popping in on Wednesday. I'll probably do that before the online dinner party, and knowing y'all will become a plate or something else as I get ready for my dinner party and all of that. So definitely, I must thank you for making yourself available for me on this particular evening and everything. So definitely, you are a true friend and a truly amazing supporter of all that I'm doing, as well as some of the things that some of your other friends are doing as well. So definitely appreciate you being on here and for sharing what you got going on, what you and Brian have got going on. If you could, what day is that on Wednesday? Like I said, I know it's before my show, and my show is at 4 o'clock, but what time is the What's Up Wednesday if folks are listening and would like to hear on What's Up Wednesday?
Yeah, What's Good Wednesday is at 2 o'clock Eastern time. It goes from 2 to 3:30 Eastern time. So we would love for you to come join us live, share the good, get some social distancing on with us, and we'll just have a fun time together. Share the positivity, and yeah, that's about it. I'm tired. I'm ready for dinner, Mark.
I know. I'm ready. I gotta find me some dinner here. I'm getting ready to go cook up some dinner of some sort or another. So I know about that being a little bit on the hungry side as well. So I'm ready to do something very similar. So I definitely can understand you going and running off to see your daughter and preparing for that birthday celebration on tomorrow. And definitely, I know that she will have a great time. And knowing if she's a typical 6-year-old, she'll be celebrating all week long. So even though it might start on Tuesday, the party will probably go all the way till like Saturday or Sunday, because that's just the way kids are. They love having that party on a regular basis. So I imagine that she'll be partying galore and all of that. If you could, and if you got one of those filters going, I'd love to see some of those birthday filters, and then I'll do my final comments and everything. But I'm sure that as folks are watching and knowing that your daughter's got that birthday going on, they might want to see the birthday filters. There we go. Happy birthday and all of that, because definitely it is your daughter's birthday and all of that. And like I said earlier, my brother will be celebrating his 51st in 2 weeks from today. So on the 26th, he will hit 51 on 2 weeks from today. So definitely he's getting up there, but definitely he's got those 2 nephews that are keeping him, well, his sons, my nephews, that are keeping him young at heart. So definitely I am a big fan of birthdays, and I know that those kid birthdays are always important, and the kids love having those birthdays on a regular basis. So once again, Tim, I want to thank you
especially now, Mark, especially with all that's going on.
right.
And they are in school, but it's different with the masks and everything. So yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. This has been awesome.
Cool. Glad to have you on as well. And you're right, a lot of the kids are having to adjust to going to school at home with the mask, wearing, watching things, their classes online and things of that nature. Did you say your kids are all, was just the one daughter? Is she actually on school online, or is she doing it in person at all? Is she doing it in person at all?
Yeah, they're actually both all in school. And there hasn't been a single case in her specific school. There has been in some of the other schools in the district, but we've been lucky, not a single case in her school. So super grateful and hoping it stays that way. Because if there are, then we'll probably pull them out to do Zoom at home. But I hope we don't have to do that.
Yeah, I hope so as well. I hope you don't have to do that. And could you once again mention the names of the children that you have and everything, and also your wife's name, just so folks that are watching can know that you are giving a shout out to your family members as well?
Yeah, absolutely. My wife is Joy, and she brings me much joy. And our daughters are Megan and Caitlin, and it's Caitlin's birthday tomorrow. So yeah, we have fun times here at the Zone household with the bears and the turkeys and our extended animal family.
The extended animal family. I notice that oftentimes when you pop on to anybody's show, whether it's mine or Shree's or anybody else, you're always talking about that extended family. Now, she is the younger daughter, correct? Not the older daughter. So she is the younger daughter, or is she the older one?
Younger. Yeah, she's going to be 6 years old tomorrow.
Okay. And when is the other one's birthday? And then, like I said, I'll let you bounce off and give some closing comments. But when is
August? Megan's
August?
birthday is in August. Yeah.
So she already had her birthday, and y'all don't have to wait till the parents' birthdays come rolling around. So I guess y'all are done with birthdays for the year of 2020, or does one of either you or your wife have birthdays coming up in the future?
No, both of our birthdays are in the summer. So
cool. Well, I'm gonna let Tim go over there and get a little bit of the rest and all of that, and also let him go grab that bite to eat. I know I'm here to fix some food as well. So once again, I want to thank Tim for being on, and also thank Brian for being on as well. So on that note, I'm gonna let him bounce off and all of that. And like I said, I might have a few closing comments, but definitely want to thank you for joining me and for sharing y'all's fun and y'all's jovial nature, but also talk about some seriousness with some of the things that y'all do in the field of social media. So definitely appreciate both you and Brian for being on and sharing your wisdom, but also your fun nature. Because as you said earlier, I definitely consider both of you to be very special friends to me and to my whole crew and everything. So definitely I consider y'all to be part of my friendship of brothers and things of that nature. So my brother friendship, or whatever you want to call it. So definitely appreciate you. And on that note, I'm going to let you bounce off and go grab that food. And like I said, I might have a few minutes of comments and all, but I do want to thank you for being on.
Thank you, Mark. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Yep. As I was saying, that's my good friend Tim Sohn. And of course, he was also joined by my other good friend, Brian Shulman. And of course, they've got all kinds of great things that go on in their life on a regular basis. So definitely they've got that going on. And of course, as you can see, I'm trying to play around with some screens as well. So I was trying to see how these work out or don't work out, as the case may be. But I've tried to do some different images on them. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But we're going to keep playing with that and seeing how these things work. And I might do some other adjustments as well. But definitely that's what we've got going on in the world. And of course, a lot of folks are paying attention to what is happening and all of that. So definitely, I hope that folks have enjoyed the show. I know I got some good laughs. As y'all can tell, I was chucking up a storm and all of that. I know that Kim Calhoun was actually having a good time as well. Matter of fact, I saw her back there cracking up, even though I couldn't physically see her. I could tell that that's what she was doing and that she was enjoying what we had going on here on the IBM.TV network. So as I said, there are a number of great things that happen here on a regular basis. We have some amazing shows. As a matter of fact, I know that Homera Wood will be coming your way later on this week, as will Brandon's Travel. So there are a number of shows that are right here on the network that I think a lot of folks will enjoy and that they will definitely have a good time paying attention to and learning about. So definitely keep that in mind, that there are a lot of great programming that happens here on a regular basis, and we're glad to be part of this great family of folks that do some amazing things on a regular basis. So definitely, as you can learn, there are all kinds of great shows here, and of course, there are all kinds of amazing things that happen here on, like I said, that consistent basis. And of course, we're also looking for new programming, and I know that there are a couple of categories that we're hoping to get in, including maybe even some comedy shows. And I know that there are plans for a show revolving around books, a show revolving possibly around food, and a show revolving around a number of other things as well. So definitely it's going to be interesting to see how those all play out and what goes on with them. So I know a lot of folks will be paying attention to that and be trying to see what happens in that regard. So with that being said, as you can see, I've all of a sudden become a snap camera image and all of that. So I'm actually going to see if that's what's going on and play around with folks and everything. But as you can see, we've got the snap camera going on, and I'm trying to see whether I can get some of my filters going. But I don't have this kind of skill set that unfortunately Brian and them have, because they are much better at it than I am. But I'm learning from the masters, and hopefully I will get better at this whole notion of what a snap camera looks like and how these screens work and all of that. So definitely, we're going to learn more about how these things go, and hopefully we'll have more images that folks can see going on, and that they can enjoy the conversations that happen and all of that. So like I said, I'm going to be learning more about the snap camera images, the green screens, and things along that line. So hopefully folks will be able to see more images and more things that are along that line. So I hope that folks are been enjoying the show, seeing what's going on, and that they will continue to see what's going on, and that they will enjoy the next show, which will be the online dinner party. So definitely the online dinner party will be coming your way in the very near future. And hopefully folks will check out the online dinner party and whoever our mystery guest may be on that particular day. And like I said, I do know that I will be representing none other than Australia for the mystery guest. I'm leaning that way versus going with Malaysia, even though I might fool myself and may decide to go with Malaysia instead. But we're going to see how that all plays out and what happens in that regard. So we're going to see how that all plays out and what goes on when we do that. So definitely, as you can see, yes, you can get a green screen going. So I just actually managed to make that happen. So as you can see, I'm now in the theater and watching it from the theater. So definitely, as you can tell, things can happen where you can even watch things from the theater. So like I said, I'm now in the theater, checking out the theater and seeing how that goes. So as you can see, the theater is being represented, and in a little bit I might drop out my face in there as well. And hopefully there we go, a little bit of me in the theater. So as y'all can see, I am in the theater, checking out the theater and all of that. So I'm over there representing what's going on in the theatrical world. So yes, I can even have some fun with filters as well. Not nearly as good as Tim and Brian are, but yes, as you can see, I'm talking in the theater. That is actually one of our theater settings, and I hope that folks are enjoying seeing what's going on in the theater. So this is actually a theater here in Durham, North Carolina. But as you can tell, I'm over there in the theater and checking out the theater background and all of that. Oh, so maybe I'll decide to go into another person's living room and see what's happening in that living room. So as you can see, we've definitely got the living room going on and all of that. So I'm now appearing in somebody else's living room, and it looks nothing like my apartment. I don't even have that piano in the back, even though I wouldn't mind having that piano in the back. That's actually not a bad idea. So maybe I'll find a way to get a piano in the background and all of that. So as you can see, I'm over there looking around and checking out what's going on with the piano in the background. So we've got the piano in the background and having a good time. So with all of that, I need to be able to play that piano and let's check that out. So definitely we can have fun doing these kind of things, even in this format as well. So as you said, I'm now in the room with the piano and checking out what's going on in the piano and all of that. Or maybe I'll hang out with one of my friends who's a fellow rapper, and I can even talk while he's rapping. So yes, we can have a conversation while my buddy is doing his rap and all of that. So I'm actually hanging out on his shoulder. He's rapping, and I'm over there checking out what he's got going on while he's rapping and representing the Bull City. So definitely, as you can tell, we can definitely be over there having a conversation and hanging out on people's shoulders and all of that. So definitely, I have no rap skills, but I'll try to do a rap and imitate his rap while he's doing his own rap and all of that. So definitely, we can even rap with our fellow guests and all of that, both literally and figuratively. So definitely get that rap going on and enjoy rapping with folks and all of that. So like I said, we had a recent mystery guest, none other than John Dillinger, and he was hanging out with us, and we were enjoying hanging out with him. But right now, he has already been our mystery guest, so he will not be the next mystery guest. I do not know who the next mystery guest will be, but I can assure you it will not be Mr. Dillinger. I don't know who it'll be, but it won't be Mr. Dillinger at all. So we won't be having Mr. Dillinger in the house at that time. And we also won't be having Paulie Murray either. So Paulie Murray would not be in the house either. And we won't have Paulie Murray. I'll lean this way, and maybe I'll lean that way. But Paulie Murray won't be in the house either as the mystery guest, but we will have a mystery guest. And like I said, I'm leaning toward it being somebody from Australia. But right now I'm going back to the theater, enjoy being back in the theater, and just kind of like hanging out in this kind of like this virtual, mythical kind of way, kind of like being ahead over there in the theater. But the theaters are actually open now. They know that our local theater did some shows, and they were only allowing 100 people in the audience. So this is actually the theater that holds about 1,000, but they were only allowing 100 in the theater. So this is actually an image of the Carolina theater, and I'm glad to see that that is going on and that we are showing movies on a regular basis. So on that note, I'm going to get on out of here. I don't have to do my usual 7 o'clock podcast because we were doing a re-air of a past show, and I'm going to see how that's going and all of that by bouncing over there. But I don't have to actually be in the studio or do anything since we took off for Columbus Day. But we will be back next week on that show. But right now, I'm getting ready to end Mullings Music and Memories, getting ready to bounce off of all of this stuff going on with the head and all of that and the theater, and come back to the more reality of what is happening in the world. So that being said, I'm going to pull up some of the shows that we have here on a regular basis, including, of course, one of our very favorite shows, which, of course, is Spiritual Saturday. So that being said, I'm going to pull up some of the announcements from that show and everything, as well as some of the other shows that air. So I think that I'm getting ready to pull up her show and what that's all about. So right now, check out what Tish does with Plant a Seed and when that will be airing on Saturday afternoon. Like I said, there are a number of great shows. Among them, of course, is the show that Bill Tresvant does. So I do want to bring that up one more time and everything. So I do want folks to learn about this great show that airs as well, entitled American Politics. And last but not least, we love hearing from our ambassador, and we're going to hear what she's got to say about how things go and how we should be dealing with things during this pandemic.
कोरोना से कैसे बचेंगे? हैंड होकर और ऐसे अपने खांसी जब आएगी तो ऐसे करेंगे अच्छू अच्छू और कोरोना वायरस को धन्यवाद हमारा म्यूजिक सुनने का.
And last but not least, we're going to get on out of here with that airplane.